now.
Hello, everybody, and we are Adventures.
What are you doing?
We're good.
Hello, everybody. We are Dicey Adventures, Beggar Professionals, and welcome to our campaign of Tales of Talerian. This here is Folder Guy. This here is Girl that sits next to Lewis's wife. Lewis's wife.
Brother,
blonde-haired girl, and Lewis.
Blonde-haired girl.
Thank you, Water Pigs.
That's what we're known as.
those are our names.
But no. So, Thank you very much for joining us this evening. We're going to go ahead and get started. But yeah, last we left off. What?
Come on, Folder Guy, quick.
Sorry. Hey, go to bed. Okay.
Then itch it and go to bed.
Matthew, you need to go to bed. Come on. Pull the guy out.
Can you get him purification?
Last
Okay,
time.
Lewis.
Yes,
Yes,
Folder Guy.
Folder Guy,
Folder
go,
Guy,
go.
I can't look at his notes.
No,
You
we can
don't
just do it
Lewis,
from
no,
here.
look up.
When last we left our hero and his disciples,
Oh, shut up.
Oh my gosh.
they
Did you read
had
our
a
go
little
live
run-in with some
notification?
bounty hunters. But they left eventually, went back to Tea Garden after camping and making merriment. Stayed the night at Holdrick's Hammered, and
Did not get yours.
then there's an explosion in the night, crazy fire, and
You missed out on
Of
the part
course.
where Fury grew attached to Winifred from the Vanguard comics.
wasn't about St. John. So St. John rushed into action. He went and I was just recounting it from St. John's
Yes, he
point
did
of view.
actually recap it from this right here.
So last we left off.
We're never going to get past the recap.
Never.
Recapping. Basically, Trin found the most important item, and we're going to talk about it.
During their time in Kromstog, St. John ended up getting followed by some old friends of theirs. Friends.
Best friends?
Best friends.
No.
Tyrgon the Fierce. Tyrgon the Fierce. And
He wasn't so
companion. And you were able to smooth talk your way out of a confrontation, potentially. After that, you were, reconvened and snuck out of Kromstog to head back towards Tea Garden. Before you left, Thibaulds approached you and let you know of his potential job quest that he had in mind that he was requesting your help for. You decided to continue on. You made it back to Tea Garden, to Holdrick's Hammered. You settled down for the evening, and during the evening, a large explosion woke you all from your sleep. You quickly got up, rushed out, and made your way towards Leopold's. And there you saw a large inferno raging outside of his shop. And you approached, and as you approached, you saw 3 figures emerge from the building wearing dark cloaks. A little bit later on, after you engaged with them, 2 more figures came out of the building, and one of them was attempting to flee, which Trin successfully was able to chase down and prevent from leaving through the use of Moonbeam, the druid spell that radiates the sun, the moonlight down. And Trin, they were able to slay this individual, and before one of them was able to potentially take a hostage, Trin used her Ash used her beast shape to transform into a Fey-like creature, one that you guys have never seen before, and which she is currently, a blink dog, and she slashed at the neck and throat and killed the individual. So that is where we left off. The fire is currently...
St. John rescued Leopold.
Yes, and St. John rushed into the fire, pulled away the rubble,
Oh, no.
reached
Don't
down,
make him sound that great. Ugh.
pulled Leopold from the ashes, and he coughed. And
It was like, no, wait, 1 second.
Yeah.
As he just
Reached
in the fire for a
reached for
bit.
something,
For some reason.
and took hold, and
An
he
item
left
that
the building.
could be
Laura, the
more
cookies and I think the
rare.
cookies. Sorry.
Epic. And he
So-
still kept his hero hair.
He did.
So yeah, so we'll start with you as you are emerging from the building, coughing and Leopold in your arms.
Don't worry, you're safe now. And I'm going to take him away from the burning building. Was there anyone else inside?
No, just me. Just me.
What happened? Why is your building on fire?
Let me catch my breath.
I'm gonna go cast
Get that
Cure
without your head
Wounds.
Okay, so you run over and cast Cure Wounds. At this time, you guys can see that there are quite a few other individuals making their way out from the town. You see that Draven he has put on a cap and he's wielding a couple battle axes in his hand. You see Ruby currently pulling behind her a couple children, holding a frying pan in one hand and a large battle hammer in the other. You see
What are you doing?
sliding it over.
We've had a head appear.
Oh.
I just worry if it
Phil
goes too much
says-
the other way, then Laura might start appearing.
Well, I guess we'll find out whose
Yeah,
head we get
I
this
just
time.
shall not move.
Okay. So, a few other individuals are carrying buckets of water. You see Tessa Chingman, the dark-skinned individual, running forward, Celeste's wife. You see both of them running forward. You see Celeste is carrying a basket underneath her arm of baked goods.
She's baking them
crumb
on
cakes,
the fire.
probably. So yeah, you guys are taking off, or you see them all running towards the fire. You see Celeste comes over and sees Leopold, and she comes over and she helps you and she hands him a crumb cake for more of the healing property to set in. And through the course of the next 10 minutes, the fire is slowly beginning to subside. During this time, what do you guys wish to do? So this is all happening simultaneously. So what are you guys doing during this period
I'm
where
helping.
people are showing up?
I'm helping put out the fire.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
drop beast shape.
Okay, so you shift back out of the blink dog form. Okay, you see Fury. He has begun going and helping, and it's interesting as you see whenever you see someone chuck a bucket of water, you see him kind of cast his gust cantrip, and you watch as the water disperses even in a wider range, kind of just helping it to go further.
I was debating that, but I was initially thinking if I just cast gust on it, I'm just going to burn this building down twice
Yep.
as fast.
And you knew that going in, and you were like, "Wait, I'm going to use this on the water going towards the fire."
Because I knew that.
Yes. Okay.
Oh.
It was trial and error. There was a couple times where you did gust on it. You're like, oh, that's a bad idea.
I'm only 16, I'll have you know.
Enid, what were you? You were helping heal Leopold. Archer
And
Leopold.
then I'm wondering,
A shelter to 16.
do we want to question one of these
I think
dead
it's
guys?
a little late. They're dead.
Get me a...
Are they dead?
They're dead.
Okay,
All of them
I mean, unless you have a way of doing that.
not yet.
are dead.
Stuff
What were you
melted.
planning on doing?
I'll help put the fire out.
Okay. Sinjin, what are you doing? Just assisting with Archer?
Yep, making sure that no one else gets close, kind of crowd control.
Okay. All right, and then Trin, what are you doing?
If anybody, I mean, I would make sure that first that everyone's safe.
Okay.
Anybody
So you
needs
go looking around. You can see a lot of people are beginning to show up, helping out with the fire. You do see a few people are beginning to like make sure that everyone's staying back and whatnot. Other than that, you see the 5 corpses laying on the ground in
I'm gonna
various
go
locations.
inspect them.
Okay. So you currently have this rolled up piece of parchment
Yes.
in your
I want to go
possession.
check the other ones first before a
Okay.
massive
Go
crowd
ahead
of
and
people
make an investigation check.
takes them.
During this time, you all do see that she is
You want to help her?
yes, you may. Since you see her, I'll let you roll by yourself.
Or
So
a different corpse
Yeah.
or something.
I'm finding nothing. So.
17.
17. So you go start looking through some of the other bodies. You do find what appears to be one dagger, just a regular dagger, and you can. There's the 2 short bows. As you start going through, the various. Start looking at the cloaks, and you do find one other cloak that appears to have similar writing to the one you currently are in possession of. You begin checking all the other cloaks. None of the other ones seem to have it. It wasn't the individual that was carrying.
The one that
It was.
seemed like the leader,
It
first of
was.
all.
It wasn't that one. It was a different one.
That was the one that I took.
It was another one that I think that you.
I killed.
I can't remember. There was one on the left. So there were two stronger ones.
Okay.
And it was the one that was further back that didn't have whatever item to run away. But you do see.
And that's all I find on him.
Yes, you just
No
you
money or
you just find the
anything?
cloak. No, it doesn't appear to have any money. You begin searching through the pockets and stuff, and nothing.
I will take that cloak.
Okay, so you have that cloak as well. You see Draven. He becomes. Oh, what the hell happened? You guys all ran here. What happened? Who are these people?
Dead.
Like,
Oh,
Yeah,
just
they're
dead,
very dead. There was an
They were.
explosion, didn't you hear it?
I think we should ask Leopold what happened. He
I was actually the one that started the fire to alert the town of what was going on.
Well, that works.
what
You
was
did a
going
really
on? What
good
did they
job.
do?
A bit extreme.
Maybe a more private quarters.
Should we go into your somewhere else?
You see Tessa comes forward. She, the dark-skinned individual, and she just says, "We could go back to Celestia. What do you think? We could go back to the temple, or we could go back, honey? I think the temple would be best." Okay. You see Celeste. She begins going around just handing out crumb cakes to everybody that's around, just like. Are you hurt? Are you hurt, dear? Are you hurt? And it's just like handing them out, feeding everybody. So she comes over to you. Are you hurt?
No, actually.
Are
I'm
you
not.
hurt? Are you?
A little bit.
There you go. So you have a crumb cake. So you can roll 1d4 plus 1.
I wanted
You
to
need
try
anything?
this.
Actually didn't get
I mean, I'm down 2, but
So
yeah,
just-
giving free crumb cakes, I guess I would take it.
He already said no.
That's fine.
You had your chance and you lost it.
I'm only 2 hit points down, so I'm not really worried about it.
So you healed 2.
Same.
Okay, and then Ash, did you care for 1?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not hurt, but I'll take
Okay,
one.
so you have 1 in your possession. It lasts for 7 days.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys begin making your way back, and you, led by Tessa, and so you guys make your way back. You get to the Great Hearth of Tea Garden, and you can see a few other cloaked individuals, not dark cloaks, no, wearing white cloaks of the Tempered Soul, and they begin making their way forward, and they kind of usher everybody in. They, who has damage on them? They come over, heal you. You're back up to full health.
Oh, I
You're up to
wasted
full
that
health. You're up to
crumb
full health. As they quickly all run
Just throw it
forward,
up.
they see that they can see your battle. Are you damaged at all? No. Okay, so they heal you back up to full, and you just see Tessa say, "All right, well, well, I'm going to make sure that it matters." Archer,
Yes.
is there anyone else that you wish to speak with during this time? And so,
Soren, but he's back in Kromsdorf, I believe.
all right, well, we will do what we can to send him a message. Would you like me to stay?
I think I'll be fine with these 5. They were the ones that came, and especially this one. He saved me from the rubble.
We got this under control, thank you.
Oh no. Feed
As
me
you
to
wish.
go.
And so she goes to like a side office, opens the door, lets you all in, and so you are in there with Tybalt by yourself.
You mean
With Lee.
Oh yeah, Leopold. Sorry, Archer Leopold.
I was
is his
like, he
name.
has a cold.
so? What happened? Did they just come in and try to rob you, or?
I had been closing shop for the night for a little bit of time, and I was just getting ready, putting on my knickers for the evening. And then I heard a knock on my door. I went forward and saw an individual standing out there, seemed friendly enough, and I just said we were closed for the evening, and he just said, "Not tonight." I kind of chuckled to myself for a moment, and he decided to forcefully enter. But he was not alone. There were 4 others standing in the shadows with him. They overpowered me. They locked the doors, and for 2 or 3 hours they asked me questions. And
You can see, as you're looking at him now, you can see he does have a couple cuts. You can see that he has several burn marks on him. You can see he has cuts, and you actually see a few fingernails removed. Yeah, it looks like they were interrogating him pretty harshly. This was no, like, you guys, like, just looking at his, like, you haven't really had a good chance to look at him, but through the candlelight and stuff and your eyes adjusting to this, you can see he's pretty banged up. Like, he's been healed, but he's bearing some scars from this traumatic event.
What did they want to know so bad?
One of them. Did you get all of them? There were 5. Did you get all of them?
Yes, we did.
One of them stole something from me.
Pull it out. I pull out what I think he took.
Yes. Well, this is useless to them, I'm assuming. But the decoy.
And he pulls up this cylindrical leather tube. It's stoppered on the top.
I'm assuming this is what they were looking for.
What is
And
it?
He says, you can look at this one.
he rolls it open, and you can see it is at the very top, you can see what appeared to be a mountain range, and written in it, it says Grimlock Mountains. And down to the on the west side, you can also see it says Grimlock Mountains, south of Grimlock Mountains. And in the middle, in this area, you can see it has this this drawn city that says Ruins of Kragendoon. You can see that there is this large spire that reaches up into the sky on this map, and it's called Daxur's Spire. To the left of that, you see what's called Demon's Blood Lake. You also see what appears to be a location called the... sorry. I don't have that written down yet. Sorry. I will get to it in a minute. But you see other locations written on there. And you also see Grimstone Keep up in the top right and Shadow Pass. Each of these locations you've heard vaguely. The Grimlock Mountains, U2 in particular, Daxur's Spire, all the information that you've picked up on recently of something going on. You, having just remembered that poem you heard a long time ago, and you recited to memory, but you just didn't pick up on it in Kragendoon, a place that. Go ahead and make a history check.
16.
16. You do remember that there was a place called Kragendoon that was an ancient city that fought against many evils, undead. The one thing that you can, the pieces that you remember is Veil is Thin and Shadowfell.
Veil is thin, like a
And
cloak?
yeah, no, just Veil. Like the only thing you can remember is Veil is Thin, like remembering pieces of information from this, and Shadowfell, and those are the only 2 pieces that you can really remember from this area, this region, in association with Kragendoon. But it is many times considered as the land of walking shadow. So,
For my out of campaign brain, is this the same as Shadowfell as the Lich King Titanfell campaign?
yes.
My output has nothing to do with
Yeah.
this, but
Yeah.
Why would they torture and interrogate you for just a map? Dark maps sold everywhere?
They were looking for this one. This is my original. In my younger years, I was an adventurer, probably much similar to yourselves. And on one of our adventures, we went down into the Grimlock Mountains. Me being a cartographer, that is what I did. I studied the map. I drew. While I was there, I found this, hidden in the rubble. And it was an exact map of the region, but thousands of years old. I don't know what, but it has been unsealed. I've unsealed it, and I've read it, and I copied it, and that is what is on your map. But this one holds magic, and I don't know what. Beyond that, I don't know, but I did see one. It was strange. While we were standing there and he was interrogating me, I saw him reach into his cloak, and his arm disappeared. And he pulled out what appeared to be a dagger. And they used that, and you can see he looks very sickly, very worn. I don't know what they did to me, but go and make a medicine check. You are proficient in medicine, I believe, correct?
No, but it's good.
Is anybody proficient in medicine?
No.
But it's fine.
But you're not proficient.
No.
Okay. So never mind. Okay.
Was it this dagger? No, the one I pulled off the guy.
No.
Alright.
They cut me with it.
And he kind of holds it up, and you can see this wound, and you can just see what appear to be like black tendrils in the veins that are kind of spiderwebbed out. They don't seem to be like throbbing or pulsing or anything, but
Is there anything from a history from my people understanding that one guy that I can
make a
maybe-
religion check. I'm gonna say make a religion check. For
Not
you.
history.
No.
Ah. No, it's terrible. 6.
6. It's not difficult for you because it's one of those things where it's innate in your religion, so I'm not gonna. It's fine. He's poisoned. It's yeah. You're able to see that.
He's
I feel
poisoned.
like I could have.
So you have the ability.
myself.
Knowing this, you have the ability yourself to do
To
something.
do lay
about
on
it.
hands.
Lay on
You do
hands. You
lesser
can do.
restoration.
Well, you do 5 points of you use 5 of your healing points, and it acts as a lesser restoration in a sense.
Okay.
It cures any poison or disease and stuff.
I will
I
do
also
that.
Okay, so you as you cast it into him, you can see the black tendrils. It almost gets sucked up by your hand, and then they dissipate.
Should we be leaving that potential horrible dagger back there with the dead bodies and children?
He quickly put it back away.
Right, but he's dead.
Should we go take all our clothes off and see if we can find anything?
Did you say take our
No,
clothes
there.
off?
I think, oh, I heard hour 2. I was like, I like where this is going, but I don't think it's going to help.
I was like, that's an even quieter response than I was expecting.
Like,
I heard there are our clothes too. so I was confused.
My accent's getting too thick. Take off our
It was a
clothes.
Freudian slip. You meant.
I said, there.
We have video documentation.
I said there.
I want to check.
Anyway,
I have to wait hours.
Whoa.
Deleting it.
but what good is this map to them?
I don't know.
How did they know we had it?
Can I
I can.
check it to see what magic might be in it?
You may.
Any
Unidentified?
Just proficient in Arcana.
You're probably better at it.
22.
It's strange. The magic that you pick up on, especially what you've been reading up on, this doesn't match. It doesn't feel like it's something that is born of the current era that you're in. It doesn't seem it doesn't seem the same. Like conjuration based or illusion
no
based.
magic.
This is there is magic, and you can sense it. You can just kind of like touching the paper, like you feel it, but it's foreign to you. You're not sure what it is, but you do feel the presence of it.
It's no magic that I've encountered. And I've encountered a wealth of magic.
Well, this is troubling. Is this the first time you've seen anyone with those cloaks on in your shop before?
Yes.
You don't know how they knew you had it?
I'm assuming if it has anything to do with this place, that they have desire to go there. The tower is said to be full of riches. While we were investigating there are horrors. Terrible things down there. There are many just lost souls walking there as well. Undead. But the veil there is thin. Larger creatures of a different plane seem to find their way in.
When you went down there in your earlier years, was it like that, or was it a much more pleasant place?
It's been that way for the past 1,000 years.
Is this a human or elf?
Yeah, he's human.
Well, I'm glad you're safe. Would you be willing to part with your duplicate map?
I was gonna offer you this one.
Really? I figured that might be too much to ask.
If they were going
Could
to
be
try and
safer
keep
with
finding
us.
me, not knowing who they are or what they're after. I'm just thinking that it's better in my hands. I would prefer to be in the hands of Zoran. If you would be willing to take it to him.
Well, we are to meet up with him in a few days, so we could
We can do that.
take it.
If you would be willing to take it to him, he might know of a better way to keep it safe. I've had many dealings with him, and he is a strong and trustworthy person.
Do you have any, I can't think of the word. I'm thinking of like bag, like something that I'm trying to, like carry it in while we go.
I have
Like,
this.
And he has the it's a tube, just like a nice leather bound tube, meant to keep out weather and all that stuff from this piece of art.
but it doesn't like lock. I'm
It's
thinking
true,
like
it just
if it were
goes
to
on.
like get snatched from us.
No, I just had it hidden in my shop.
Okay.
How long ago were you down there?
Nearly 60 years ago.
It's been a while.
Yes.
How many people did you go with?
Well, it was 6.
Did
3 of us came.
3 of you came back?
I was not one of the fighters.
Nothing.
Well, I think before we do anything, we need to get some sleep, and you obviously need some sleep.
Yes,
I think I plan on staying here in the temple.
that's a good idea.
Did they get the fire put out?
Yes, we saw them finishing that up as we left. If you remember any other details that may be helpful to some fools who might roam there shortly, please let us know.
I will. Yes. They mentioned a stone.
Like a rock?
Yes. I'm trying
Did
to
it
remember.
do anything?
Not just the stone.
Was it the magical rock?
Was there a sword in it?
No, it was, he actually had it out at a moment. Before I had a moment to stop the explosion of the fire. And that's when they cast the spell and threw me into the rubble. But again, he reached into his cloak and procured this stone of white moonlight. I do not know what it was, but But again, he held it up to... I just want my memory goes blank. I think a rock hit me.
Maybe the white stone hit you.
Nah.
I don't think so.
Is it magical?
Maybe it
don't know, I
makes
didn't
people
see.
forget their memories by hitting them on the head with it.
He did not. It was not that. That's when the explosion happened. As he was holding it up, and then a rock hit me.
So maybe we can go look at the stone. Do you remember which? Were the we would have seen the guys. Were they distinguishable? Like, would he have been able to tell? Like, I don't want to ask a dumb question if we thought they all looked the same too. Like,
I could only see their mouths.
okay. Okay. I think we should go check.
Yeah, you should rest up and...
I want to check them all for
I want to-
magic.
I
We
want
need
to
to
look
check them.
through their clothes too.
Is everyone else
Their
leaves, I want
clothes.
to ask.
Magic conjuring cloaks.
Once they all
Okay.
Okay, so we're all gonna walk out of here.
Okay. So you guys all walk out. What do you stay back?
I want to pull out the pendant that I got from my brother and ask Leopold if he's ever seen. Have you ever seen anything like this pendant?
Yes, they were all wearing
It
one.
was Tybalt's.
The closed
Yes, all of
figures.
them. Yes.
When you don't expect something, just
You're like, oh no.
Wow. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it before
No,
tonight?
I've not. It bears the resemblance of the tower, though.
Well, thank you. I'll let you rest now.
Yes. Thank you again. Especially for hearing me.
Of course.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
All right. So you.
If we go back, are the bodies still out there?
Yes, they've been moved a little bit and kind of
Well,
each
on
file.
the trip back, didn't Tybalt say something that the writing was conjuration-based magic on that cloak,
I believe so.
and this individual was pulling stuff out of thin air?
You
Out
think
of
it
it.
was Tybalt's? He's a conjurer. We've just solved the case.
I don't think Tybalt would do that.
No.
He's a very nice person.
Oh, well, maybe I need more of your story.
Just saying, if the writing was conjuration-based, it would make sense that the cloak could possibly house conjuration magic to pull these items from somewhere.
Interesting.
I didn't inspect any of their cloaks.
How do you guys feel about taking all of the cloaks, looking for the dagger and the stone, but if not, taking all the cloaks so that if we head down there and we need a disguise, we have enough cloaks?
That was my idea already. I already said.
So that's one that agrees with the leader. Anybody else?
I mean, I already have a cloak, so
2,
agreed.
I guess if everyone else is taking
3,
a book.
and we're going to count that as majority.
I don't really have a choice. Now
We
do
can
I?
just carry an extra one.
Alright,
just
so
in
we're going to
case.
take the cloaks
Okay.
and look for the dagger or the moonstone.
Okay. So who wants the helm investigating for this?
I want to be doing just arcana checks on each of the
Fine.
cloaks,
Okay.
but not
All right,
necessarily
go ahead and
investigating.
go ahead and
Can I
make,
just try to intimidate the cloak?
Go ahead and make an arcana
That's
check.
what I
Yes,
prefer
I
to do.
can't. I don't think any of us are high
I
enough.
don't think
Mine's
we
only
tried it.
plus one.
Natural
Are we not-
one.
Natural
Animal
one.
handling on the clothes.
Mhm.
Of you go to each of the bodies
Oh,
and
then
still
you're
has a cloak on it,
But
and
if I
none
help
of them
someone, then they
appear
would
to
get
have
advantage.
anything. You search around.
Same
and-
thing as
That's
I'm
what I'm
doing
thinking.
it.
I will helm the search.
Okay.
And I'll help.
Do I have advantage then?
Yes.
18.
18. You go through looking. You do end up finding 50 gold pieces throughout all the bodies.
Great.
It was
I
I helped him,
it was
so
tucked underneath the belt on the back side,
so I'm getting half
on
that.
like on the cloak and stuff, like in a very small, like thin, like pouch, like essentially like the belt, like it's a very thin and like slit in the middle. There was coins, and so
Any dagger or moonstone?
nothing.
I didn't
But the
detect
cloaks are
magic.
easy enough to take.
Yeah, you get the cloaks.
I didn't detect any magic
Do I,
on any
did I
of
see
these
that you
cloaks.
took that other cloak the first time?
There's no magic left in this world.
No, I don't know.
Did I? Was I? I mean, I was out there,
Where
but I
did
didn't
the
know.
You see that
Magic
none
go.
of them have cloaks.
I would say that well, because you were you were looking around, you did see him take an initial cloak.
I feel like I should start singing this.
Is there anything special about the cloak you grabbed?
I just
It just
died
had the
in
same
your
writing
arms
as that other
tonight.
fancy one you've been carrying
I
around.
wonder if we should check
Must
that
have
one.
been some-
Or
Probably, but it'll
You know, if
probably
it's in
be
that
the
one.
same.
unless it's got some sort of magic, and that's where the dagger
So I'll put 25 gold down before I forget, and you put
and
25
the stone is in that
You see
one.
Draven begins approaching. Hey, I just want to say thank you guys so much. Labels, Archer. I'll call him Archer. He's a staple of this town. And you guys saved him.
Just doing what heroes do.
You don't really have time to
You're
think
welcome.
in these situations.
As long as you guys need a place here in Cheekard, come to Aldrich's Hammered. You can have a place for night. Okay,
Thank you.
alright?
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. No.
I don't know
I
about
still
you.
expect to beat you in some external competitions, though. As he throws an axe into the side and pulls it out. It's like,
Didn't
ah.
Ruby
Oh,
win
that
last
was
time in
so
the rematch?
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, because he won the first time Ruby won. So.
Yeah.
Alright, well, should we head back for the night?
You guys, you see Ruby. Do you folks need any food?
I'm always hungry.
I'll whip you up something. What do you want?
Vegetables, I
And
assume.
some, I'm more of in like a
I
fruit
stocked up on some special just in case any of your top showed up again.
She loves
So-
leeks. That's her new
I
favorite.
don't. I
You
don't.
like leeks?
No,
I've
I
got
don't.
plenty of leeks.
I don't like leeks.
No leeks.
No
Okay.
leeks. No leeks.
So she goes back. Eventually, plate of lettuce and carrots
So salad.
Yes.
and some cut up apples
Ooh.
with some honeyed walnuts
Ooh, that's probably like
are
fancy.
laid out
That's
in a very
probably
fancy
amazing.
dish for you.
probably
High
As
commodity.
as it appears that the situation that you guys
Whatever, I
helped
can call it.
alleviate, just so you know, natural 20s would save his life. Otherwise, he was going to point to it and die.
Point to what? The map.
The map.
You say
Just,
Hero
I just wanted to give you that
of
update.
course.
Of course.
And it's engine.
I do want to
Why do
bring
you
up
feed his
something.
ego?
I don't. He
You
just
do.
rolls really well.
I rolled so
Folder
crappy
guy.
like 90% of the night last time until that one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the one
when it
deception
counts.
Yeah,
check.
you're lying.
I do want to bring something up. Did you find any cloaks with the writing like the other one on it in your
Are we
searches?
back in the thing?
Yeah, so you guys make it back
Okay.
up to the room. Did you all go kind of
Go
We
in
go
one
in-
room.
yeah.
into one room? Okay.
Yeah, I told Trin about it. Only one had the fancy writing.
That's the
But
one I think we should check.
I don't think any of us have the particular ability to decipher exactly what this does, other than just get an idea.
Yes, true.
I just want to make sure it's magical like the other. I assume it is.
Sure, I'll do an Arcana check. 18.
18. It's magical nature. So,
Maybe somebody should just put it on
so
and
do
see
you,
what
don't you get
happens.
advantage on that? If it's magical nature, do you get it?
History, if it's magical.
Do you get advantage
Okay.
if I'm helping him?
Because they're both a
We're
proficient.
We're both a
with
proficient
advantage
in
as
Arcana.
well,
That's
but
fine.
18's the best.
18. The biggest thing that you pick up is so remembering kind of the phrase "death is the gate and the key." You go ahead and make another, or you make a intelligence check, just a straight intelligence check. So roll a d20 and add your intelligence modifier. No.
11.
You know that. So specifically with magic, lots of different things can mean different things, and so you are. As you're studying the cloak, you pick up the magical essence of it and stuff, and you can kind of just sense it, magic being just kind of innately in you as well, kind of through your song and whatnot. And, but beyond that, there's not much you can discern from it without, Tybbalt's identified and mentioned that it was conjuration based around the lettering. Beyond that, the cloak is mundane, so it's not magical. It's
Is
just
the lettering Where is it on there? Like, if a person were wearing it and reaching in, would it be?
It is right.
So it'd be where he would be reaching.
Reaching in, yeah.
So we can probably assume these letters are how they're conjuring things.
Yes, but I'm not particularly great in conjuration magic, but do you think it goes both ways? Could someone reach through this cloak and grab us?
I don't think that's how conjuring works.
I don't know how conjuring works.
It's not like a magic portal. It's like you call something to you. They would have to
I'm
call
gonna
us.
sleep with it across the room just in case.
Maybe you should
Nothing.
put it in like a chest too in case it looks at you.
I don't have one of those, but
I
alright.
have been traveling with one for this entire time.
Have you felt groped at any time?
No.
Roped by a cloak.
So far, so good.
Just
Groped by a cloak.
I just want to make sure.
I mean, you do what you want. I'm just
Don't
telling
want
you.
some crazy hand coming through and grabbing me in my sleep.
I can hold on to it if it's that big of a
Like
concern.
you don't do something with your mage hand. Why people?
I was going somewhere else with that.
Oh man.
Is it
We need
time
a
for
rating on
Is it
this.
time for a break?
Small children club years.
Get a little X-rated.
Yeah.
Well then, are we going to
Wait,
sleep?
why X-rated? I don't understand.
Moving on. Okay, I'm going to
I
sleep.
think we should sleep for the night and regain our abilities.
Agreed.
So, you guys,
We only slept like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you guys end up going to sleep. You rest the full evening.
Okay.
You wake up fully healed.
Okay.
When you wake up, you can see that a large breakfast is already prepared for you.
And we do not
And
wake up at
you
level
saw
5, right?
as you walk out of the room, you see Draven
Wanna be level
has apparently fallen asleep with both axes kind of sitting across his chest at the top in front of all the rooms. Just kind of at the top of the
Draven
stairs.
is?
Draven is. He's got holding both axes kind of like this.
I mean, I'm not
Wake
waking
him
up.
up. I
We
feel
should.
like last time we were supposed to wake somebody up and it didn't happen.
You're gonna wake him up with 2 axes in his hand? You better watch out.
He is probably guarding us all night.
Yep, I'm gonna go down and eat. It smells great.
Draven.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, well,
What a night, huh?
yeah. Well, we want to make sure you guys got a good night's sleep, so I think I fell asleep a few hours ago, an hour ago, a few minutes ago. We can't tell.
It's appreciated.
Well, it's appreciated what you did. But, oh, that smells delicious. Let's go.
All right.
He goes down the stairs with you, and you guys have a fantastic breakfast. Many vegetables,
Yes.
many meats,
Bacon.
bacon,
Love bacon.
lots of bacon.
Bacon.
It's
Bacon
provided
wrapped
for you.
bacon?
So I'm gonna go switch to music. So
It's eating music.
You know, every time we have bacon in game, we should have like bacon out of game. Just
We get a cookies
After-
in game.
after the break, we just bring down a plate of bacon. We're going for not surrealism.
It's my breakfast
realism.
cookie.
So,
Thank you.
troops, what's our plan for the day? Are we gonna head back to Kromstad, meet up with Zoran and Tybalt?
I was thinking we could go by the shop. We didn't really get any.
I doubt he's gonna be feeling up to selling anything or opening the shop today. Seems
Not
a little
looking
disrespectful.
for pain.
Oh, you're gonna steal.
Not steal, you idiot. We did just save his life,
We don't know.
and we just got a map.
We got a map that these people were willing to torture and kill
Yeah.
for.
Valuable to them, but not to us at the
Like,
moment.
are you trying to get
If
payments?
you want to go ask, that's fine.
He has goods that we might be able to use.
I think I'm going to go to the temple, see if someone there has the ability to send a message to Zoran for us and let him know that we are on our way, and if there's any sort of expeditious way to travel quicker, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
But you can definitely stop by the shop while I'm doing that.
okay. So you wanted to go by the shop?
What all does he have, like potions and stuff?
Or are you going to the shop?
Yes, I am.
Okay. make an investigation check as you begin searching through the rubble of several parts of the store, and several people are currently cleaning up as you begin to look around.
I wasn't just taking stuff. I wanted to talk to him.
He's
okay.
looking for him, but I think he's at the temple.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to the temple?
Well, if he's not in the shop, I'm not going too far.
No, he's getting healed up in the temple, and he might be going to the shop later.
I'm probably walking by the shop, and if I don't see him, then
Then you're going to go to the temple. Okay. All right.
probably follow, find St. John again.
Okay. All right. So you head to the temple. Eventually, Furia does end up catching up as you get there, but
Look for some important-looking person.
you do see Tessa, who looks a little frazzled, and you can see that her hair's kind of matted down to the sides a little bit. Oh, no,
Just
Hello.
misunderstood.
I was curious. Do you have a way? I know some people with your skills are able to send messages long distance very quickly.
Yes.
And
We just did so the previous evening.
oh, did you tell Zoran that we are on our way to? Travel with him.
Zoran is on his way.
Oh, he's coming here.
Yes, Zoran. So we informed that was one of the requests of Archer this following evening,
Well,
previous evening, I should say. Oh, my mind's all messed up.
So it'll be about a day or so till he gets here then.
I believe so. Yes, I believe he's on horseback. I believe that what's his name? Tybalt is traveling with him.
Well, that solves that problem. That's fantastic. How's
Is everyone
Leopold
here?
doing?
Oh, he's resting. He's sleeping. He was pretty banged up. We didn't know
Is that
how.
far?
We didn't realize the extent either until we were
No,
talking with
I
him
know.
later.
I don't know who these individuals were, but it's not good. There's a very dark aura around them.
Is everybody with us, by the way?
I think we're
Yeah,
all
I just asked that.
Yeah.
We're all there.
Well, we foolishly enough planned to look into it a bit more. So this one in
Careful.
particular loves serving out justice daily.
It's not the first time they've attacked someone who's now close to us. Wasn't Zorn
They attacked
attacked
Zoran
by
as
the...
well, so we're going to.
And he was a little banged up, but I think he walked into that himself. But
He has a tendency to do that. He's strong, but sometimes
Yes.
overzealous.
Do you know anyone that would know about different types of magic?
well, I'm yes. If you go
Just beyond the...
If you go over
Yeah,
to
no.
the Arcanium, which is the god of magic, there might be a priest there that you could speak to that would be able to assist you.
How are they still melty? This is fantastic.
But I know they're really good.
No. I would like to go there whenever we're finished here.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, if Leopold wakes up and he needs anything from us, don't hesitate to contact one of us in your fancy way, and we'll help him out.
All right. Well, we will. But temperance will be with you.
And if you see Zoran, obviously tell him we're looking for him. as well.
Understood. I will let him know. All right.
Well, guys, we got a day to shop.
Okay. So,
and go to the I want to go to the Mystic Arcana.
okay. It's not the Mystic Arcana.
Oh, just the
Oh,
Arcana.
just
This is the god is the Arcanium.
That's where I
is
wanna
the,
go.
is the name of the god.
Mystic Arcanium's named after her, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to
So-
go to the Arcanium.
Yes. So you go.
Get it?
So you make your way over there to one of the offside temples, and as you approach, you do see that there is a short dwarf female that's standing, facing towards the altar, and you can see several incantations being cast, and you see an illusion erupt from her hand, and you see she casts another spell, and this one being like a fire shoots up into the air, and you just see her casting several different kinds of magic and stuff, and then you see her create a little bonfire in the middle of the ground, and is just kind of standing there warming her hands in front of. It's a little bit of a brisk morning. It's starting to get a little bit colder in the current weather. Seems to be changing a little bit.
But she seems like she belongs here at this.
Yes,
like-
yes.
It would not be weird for me to
Yeah,
go ask her questions.
she's wearing deep purple robes
Okay.
with purple and like a light lilac inlay, and you can see that her hair is a deep brown. You can see that she has some long sideburns that come down all the way to here. Yeah, she. You guys approach. She turns towards you and just says, "Hi, welcome."
Hello.
Hello.
We were wondering if
Hello.
we could ask you about a
Well, sure.
specific item that we found.
Well, items, is it magical?
It's magical.
Oh, I love magic. Obviously.
Which thing are you asking about? Okay,
Not
Why?
the scroll.
maybe both, but we'll start with one.
Yeah. But I want you to pull it one
There
yet.
seems to be a lot of
So-
side chatter.
Sorry, so
We had to
apparently
determine
Yeah.
which item we were talking about.
We-
apparently.
Understood.
we would like to ask you about this cloak that he has. And we found it.
Okay.
This part here in particular with this fancy writing, I know it's conjuration based, but I don't know if you could tell us more.
I wasn't able to read it at first, but
Oh.
now I can.
Right?
It's abyssal. Nature. Death is the gate and the key.
Yes, we know. We're trying to figure out if it does something.
Okay. You see her eyes close again and she begins casting. That's conjuration based.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you?
How would you activate
Yes.
the conjuration magic in the words itself?
Well, I'm assuming that the words are a message and how to do so.
So we
What
kill
do you-
someone and shove them in there.
I highly doubt that is what it is. If it's conjuration-based magic, it must need an activation, a key. Well, if death is the gate and the key, what do you think the key might be?
Death.
So what is death?
Corpse.
Besides that, think of magic.
And
It's not smart. Yeah,
I would-
necromancy probably.
Could be. Should we try?
Like some sort of crazy. Yeah, can you do that? I can't do that.
Necromancy. Yes.
Oh wait, I can do that actually.
You can. Well, feel free to.
Nope, I can't. Just kidding.
Would anyone else like to take a go?
I'm not
I
Jean
don't
Luc
think I can do
Jalapeno
anything
anymore.
like that.
I can't
Is
do it.
Ray of Sickness.
Check.
I
I
thought it
mean,
was Jean-Luc
I can
Jalapeno.
make
Online
flowers
is-
grow on it. Does that count as anything?
No.
Is that not what
Maybe
we're
if you
going
kill the
for?
flowers.
It is.
It is.
I would
Might
like.
be able to.
I
Oh yeah, I definitely
can do one.
You could do this the whole time?
Please,
Didn't
be my
think
guest.
about it.
Alright.
What's your name, by the way?
I go by Fury.
You seem to have a spark about you.
I'm off the top of
Did
that.
you say
I'm sorry.
spark?
He's quite the ladies' man. I've been training him.
The spark. I don't
I
know
mean
if
it
I
a
see
different
the
way.
spark, but
You know what I mean. So,
I do.
and as soon as you do that, you see a pocket dimension open up with inside the cloak. He's the one currently. You just cast it, and his hand's right there.
we'll reach in.
Which
I'm
cloak
not-
was this?
The one that we took.
The one that you
That
took.
he took
Okay.
yesterday, yeah.
I'm not sure we should.
Maybe
I
throw
will
some-
mage hand into it
So
if
you
I
mage
can.
hand.
and
Okay.
try to grab anything I can feel. It doesn't go in.
It does.
Can I grab anything inside?
Are you able to feel anything with your mage hand?
Or do you have to
can
do something
pick
with
something up
insight?
that's-
You can pick something up.
But do you have to see it to pick it up, or
No.
do you have no feeling?
I didn't know if you had feel. Like I didn't know if it was a true extension of your hand or if it was like a.
I think you can feel around, and if there's something
Use
that
the
it,
hand to manipulate an object, open or unlock door, retrieve an item from an open container, pour the contents out of the vial. You can't attack.
I didn't know if you had feeling. What do you?
I don't know if you can.
Let's-
I don't know
let's-
if you do
let's-
I
either.
think you'd
discuss
have
this
to be
as a
able to,
group.
I would think you'd have to be able to see it. Like if yours a container and I could be like, okay, you
I don't think you have
grab it.
feeling with it. So like if you reach around,
But I
like,
feel
do you
like-
feel pressure.
Can
or
it
do
go?
you feel-
If it can't go in through something, I feel like the hand would hit something, and you could feel like you're trying to make the magic go a direction, and it can't go that direction anymore. You could try to,
Okay.
then kind of just go.
Okay. So do you want to do that?
Yes, I would just
Okay. Make a
blindly
sleight of hand
feel.
check as you're kind of reaching around.
It's in a natural 20.
It is.
Are you
Oh
kidding
my
me?
gosh.
So,
Plus 5.
so your hand wiggles between a couple different things. Like you feel a couple different things inside. One, it feels round, and so you reach down, you pick it up, and you begin to pull it out using your mage hand. And you can see this beautiful gleaming white orb. It's a perfectly round stone, and it emits a soft glow. So you have a moon orb. It just emits moonlight in a 10-foot radius. It's a dim light.
Alright. Can I try to reach for
You
whatever
may.
else is in there?
And the other thing you reach in is you reach in and you pull out, and it's this beautiful jagged dagger with gems that are encrusted on the side.
Oh no. Is this
and-
the same dagger that I took with Kenshin?
No, it's not that one.
I'm dead.
Boom!
Are we notifying people?
They're next of kin. I think they're dead.
Well,
I don't know.
looky there, what you found.
Yeah, what is this? As I hold it far from me with the mage hand.
What's a dagger?
Right, but can you tell if it does anything?
Should we try it
I
with
do
the
believe
other?
that you are in a temple, and I think you need to make an offering before I continue to continuously help you with all these things. So, please, if you would. And you look up at the altar, and you can see like this beautiful woman who currently has like the hands extended like this, and you can see apparently like a fireball erupting above her hand, and you can see like this illusory thing coming out of her other hand, and you can see a bowl up at the front.
I'll make some.
I was gonna
Like,
say, do
and
we
I'll
have
put,
any idea how
like,
much
5
this,
gold
stuff
pieces
would
in.
cost, like, to do these things in this world?
It's not necessarily that. It's just you're going to a temple.
Like a
Expect
gold?
It's what do you?
I put 5 gold pieces in.
Oh, that is quite a generous offering. Thank you so much. Now, what was your question?
Could you tell me if this fancy, beautiful dagger does anything magical?
I don't believe that you've put anything in the bowl.
We are all druid.
Well, that's fantastic. If you want to hand the dagger to him.
I actually have a other question.
Oh, sure. What is it?
I take the dagger.
You said I had a
Okay,
certain
alright.
spark about me.
Yes.
What does that mean?
And I'm sure that you felt it before.
Well, so-
I
You don't
mean,
want to ask?
I know I just do like shocking. I know I have thunder magic, lightning.
Yes. But why?
That was my question.
Well, I'm assuming there was something in your life. You don't seem learned like many of the Arcanium. And
Done some reading, but magic was never my specialty.
but yet it seems to come to you naturally.
Thus my question. Why?
Well, that is your question to find. Why indeed? Why does magic come to you?
It's like Yoda.
Search. Find the answer. Search the storms.
Search the
He's gonna become a storm chaser.
storm.
Yeah, too bad Twister's not our next movie. You gave inspiration.
Can I pull?
If you look at the tornado, it's right over there.
You just see it swirling up.
This is definitely dangerous. I would not recommend this. The lightning, oh, see that almost got hit. I'm gonna go get water.
Totally
Okay.
misinterprets
Would you
it.
actually fill me up some too?
Yeah. Anyone else?
Water Bugger's not me trying to do anything because he can do it.
Thanks, Philip.
So, while he's thinking about that stuff, do you not want the dagger identified?
Yeah, I'll put 4 goals up there. For my own sanity, I want this to be an even number of 60. I don't want it to be 59. That seems
All right.
horrible. Can I put
That's
4
what-
gold
You-
up there?
You may.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your patronage.
You're so welcome.
Well, let me see.
All right.
So she holds it. Fine craftsmanship.
Who's the lady with the big glasses? That's who I'm picturing right now.
Edna Mode
Maybe.
from Incredibles.
Mm-hmm.
This here appears
Only
to be
like
a
Dagger of Venom. It's rare. +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. I can use an action to cause thick black poison to coat the blade. The poison remains for 1 minute or until attack hits a creature. Has to succeed or take 2d10 poison damage and become poison for a minute. Dagger can't be used again until the next dawn. Can't be used the poison. You can still attack with it, right? And it's still +1 for them.
When you attack with that.
Wow. That's pretty good.
That is quite some trinket that you've collected from this cloak.
Yeah, Do you, not using your magical prowess or anything, but do you just have any knowledge of this type of stuff? Yeah.
The pocket
This
closes.
type of style and cloak. Have you had any dealings with people like this that wear these?
Cannot say that I have. I've not seen anything of that green.
Be happy. These people attacked Claybold's shop last night, and
I'm glad that he's safe. I saw him rocking around this morning.
yeah, we're happy too. But did you need anything else here? I think we've learned a lot. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
And what was your name again?
My name is Bathilda
Oh, I thank you.
Tougfoot.
Well, thank you so much, Bathilda.
This was a dwarf lady?
But with an F, Bathilda or Bathilda?
Bathilda.
Bathilda.
You. Like in Harry Potter.
Here's your
Bathilda,
tip.
what foot?
Turf.
You shocking grasp on your tip.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, may magic guide your way.
And you see Sparks says she does prestidigitation to send you off on your way.
Thank you. That's
And she goes
fantastic way to
back.
go.
To practicing various different forms of arcane magic.
Cool.
So that was fun.
We learned a lot from
That's a
that
good
cloak.
idea, True.
Hey, Fury, you want to try to do that thing on this cloak?
Sure.
So as you guys are walking in the middle of the street.
No,
Same
are we
thing.
still? We left and we're in the middle of nowhere. I picture we were still in like a.
So you guys have left the arcade.
Okay, I wouldn't
or
do it
you
in the
guys-
middle of the street. I
That's,
would do it.
that's what I'm asking.
Okay, sorry. We would be somewhere.
You want to
Like,
go back
back
to the
up.
place or back to the temple, or where do you want to go?
Go back to our room.
We can go back to back to our place.
All right, back to our rooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should see if yours has anything fancy.
I would like to see what's in
Okay. Alright. So you make your way back
You're
into
the
the
Can
only one
you
that can
fill
do
me
it.
in on anything
I-
that I may have actually been there for, but for some reason
I know.
can't
This
recall?
dagger does poison cool stuff if you stab someone.
Did we learn
Did
what
she
that was?
look at the map?
No, she didn't pop that out.
I thought that was the main reason we went there.
Forgot
Well,
about
I
the map.
donated and you donated. She didn't donate or produce the map.
I forgot about the map. I only remembered the cloak, and I was like, "Oh, he can do the
Did
cloak."
you want to
Sorry.
go back and see her? I'm sure she's still there.
Yeah, I can go back in and talk to her.
So you guys make your way back to
I can
Eldrick's
just
Hammer.
run back. It doesn't matter.
And then as soon as you get there, you're like, oh!
Oh, we forgot.
Trin goes running back by herself.
Make sure to bring some money.
I got money.
Okay.
priceless map we were just given.
Yeah, so sorry.
Should we
Welcome
should we not
again.
leave her alone with the priceless map?
She's
So,
fine. She's got
What brings you back?
I completely forgot to ask you about this map, and I pull it out, and I also hand her 5 gold.
Oh, well, thank you.
I think yours. No, I'm not there.
I mean, the bowl.
I imagine when she put this like.
Well, if you would like to make a donation to the bull, that would be fantastic.
That was for the bowl,
You
but
paid her.
Oh, well, please. I thought that was a donation to me.
oh well, then you would be happy, I'm sure, to help me figure
I'm
out this
happy for
map.
you to donate to that for the services.
I have really high persuasion. I'm working the persuasion. Could I do a persuasion roll?
What are you persuading me with?
With the 5 gold I just handed you.
Well, I appreciate
And my
that. You have my
words.
favor greatly. But if you would like a service performed by one of her servants of the Arcanium, then I please ask you to make an offering to the bowl.
That is what that
But that was
is.
to me. You handed it to
You
me.
were on your own.
Don't want any more money.
What is your question?
I'd like to know about this map.
What would you like to know?
It has magical properties.
Well, that's fantastic.
Can you tell me more about it?
Please donate to the bowl.
You
well,
went
I would
alone.
love for you to take the 5 gold that I gave you out of your pocket and put it into the gold.
I
which
devote
is
my
where-
life to I've spent much of my
Please,
time.
can I do a persuasion check?
What are you trying to
You have to
persuade
say
me?
it
take
in
the-
a way that's
I'm
persuasive.
saying in a way that's persuasive. I'm just not. She is.
But what are you saying?
I'm telling her to take the gold out of her pocket
That's
and
what
put
you're
it
saying,
in
that's
the
So
how
you're
you're
intimidating her?
Go for it.
I wish I had
Okay,
gone.
go and make an intimidation check.
I should have gone with it.
We all should have gone with her.
19.
Fine. I just assumed it was for me.
I'm not quite sure why you
Thank
make
you
that
for your
assumption.
donation to the Arcanium. What may I do?
Please look at this map and tell me what you know about it.
It looks and appears to be a map of a place known as Kraken Doom. Valley of Walking Shadow.
Yes, it has a magical property.
Grimlock
Indeed.
Can you please
Mountains.
look at the magical property?
I didn't know they had any
It
magical
does.
properties.
Her Leopold.
So you see that she begins casting a spell.
Laura would not be making friends, but Trin would be making.
Just work the intimidation angle. You got
This
this.
is unfamiliar to me. I do not understand it.
What's wrong with it?
Nothing. It's magical in nature, but I don't understand the magic. It must predate our knowledge. How old is it?
Thousands of years old.
Why did you hand this over to me?
It's not yours.
Well, no, but why is this out of this case? It should be a preserved artifact.
Well, it's...
Why is it out of its case?
You're not there. None of you are there.
As much as I can tell you, I'm
Leopold
not.
put it into my trust and keep.
Make an assumption check.
Didn't he?
Well,
That's
temporary.
I guess it's
Temporarily
Yeah,
couldn't give it
no,
to
I know.
Zoran. I did
I know.
not
You're-
think
yeah,
that I
you're
was
fine, yeah.
lying.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
That was the truth. I accidentally lie all the time, I guess. I don't know what's going on in this campaign.
Just be careful with it.
Absolutely. So,
It is.
You don't know the
It is magical in nature. I don't understand the magic of it. It is not something that I'm familiar with.
okay. Do you know of anyone who would?
I could not tell you. Perhaps someone in the Mystic Arcanium that is higher up in magic might be able to answer questions if they're familiar with ancient lore and ancient magics that predate our current construction of magical powers. Mages used to be much more powerful back then, but Arcanium has placed a limit on our abilities to some extent. Before
what?
Before, people used to be able to bend time and space. They used to be able to create things simply just by speaking words, without any consequences. Now there's limits. You may be able to do such things, but there are risks and rewards, but it is an understanding that you do not push the limits of what one can do.
It's like dark or magic.
Not necessarily dark, just different. Different understanding.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it.
60 years ago, there was
I feel like we
one
need, I feel like we need different music.
whom was powerful enough. It's the last one that I've heard that was able to conjure magic. It was down south. They wished for something to happen, and it did. And it changed the tide of the war. But as much as I know,
Do you know who that was?
I am not familiar with geography and locations. I'm just familiar with that story because it pertains to magic. I do not know who the conjurer was. Too bad Fury's not here with his epic knowledge of his favorite character now.
I don't feel like I could have gotten
That's
through it
not
all
his
in one
favorite
day,
character.
Can I do this history
His
check or
favorite
no?
character didn't do that.
You
I
would
have
not.
proficiency in history.
though.
Go ahead and roll.
I feel like I... Question. Would I have even gotten to the
Wait,
point
15.
where Winnie showed up?
I've used fish too.
As in,
Oh, I used divine intervention.
yeah. I think
What-
he's talking about.
While reading
He
the
is.
comments,
I
would I have
forgot I
even
did.
reached the point when Winnie showed up in one day of reading?
Oh, did you?
Roll
Roll d20.
You stayed up all night.
Roll 15 or higher, you did.
I got another chance. 6.
6. No, you made it about halfway. You made it to midnight, and you were like, oh, no, I'm putting this down for a little bit.
To
We'll
midnight.
revisit this.
Man, Kenshin's not near as dark as he gets later yet. He's still a okay guy.
So far, you enjoy it. But you haven't gotten
Yeah.
Winnie yet. But Winnie will be your favorite.
No, really, I can't need Granny B to be my favorite. I'm sorry.
You know of her, but
Yeah, I know.
Well, I appreciate your help.
Well, thank you for stopping by, and thank you again for your wonderful patronage. Any more gold that you wish to part with, to either me or to the Arcanium, is greatly appreciated.
I like flicker gold as I walk out the door.
Well, thank you. And right.
she's got a girlfriend.
No, I hopefully got a.
Did she
Somebody's
take
gonna
the
give me good
cloak
stuff.
I was supposed
She
to?
did. Yep. That's why we've just.
So
been
you
playing
guys
blackjack.
wait a little bit, and
Maybe we've just been talking.
I don't think I would have taken the cloak out of his hand.
Yeah.
No, you have yours.
we have the one cloak.
I
And
had
then-
it.
But then you
because I ran back.
you bolted away.
Okay, fine. I'm back. Here, let's check out the cloak.
So Trin comes back after about 30 minutes. If you guys kind of like
We
waiting.
finished all the rest of the bacon while you were gone.
Great. You want to know what I learned?
Sure, you seem very
Is it
excited.
that
Not
map
really.
is super powerful and going to teleport us anywhere on there?
No, it's that the magic is too old for her to identify. And I paid 5 gold for that.
Isn't
I
that what
told you
Leopold
that.
told us?
I know.
I told you
Alright.
that last night.
You did not.
Kind of did, but not exactly those words, but similar.
Well,
I didn't know it was that old, but I did tell you.
We needed your cloak that you said, hey, can you do this? And then ran out the door with the cloak.
I have no comeback
No.
for that. Holding it over here. No.
Initially was pointed at you.
Make a spell attack roll just for fun.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I was holding it way over here. If you hit me, so help me. So
15.
Okay. So if it was a 1, it was going to hit St. John. Because you pointed at it.
Does it open?
As soon as you do that.
Do you want my mage hand or do you just want to go, okay?
Okay. You reach in, as soon as your hand reaches in, you feel this cold, sick energy. Like it's cold. And you reach your hand in.
It's really
Good.
cold.
Yeah. So
It's
you
a skeleton
begin
when you take it out.
you begin reaching around, you start feeling, and you can feel this pocket dimension. It's just, it feels like your hand has gone into a different place. Like it's like if you opened up a window on a cold winter day
Like stick your
and you
hand
just stick your hand out there.
So I
and
don't
it's
feel
just like,
anything.
yeah, and so you reach your hand and eventually you reach down and you pluck up and pick up what appears to be a ring of some sort. And then as you also do this, you kind of reach around again and you find another ring, a second ring. Okay, pull that out, reach around, and hand reaches onto a bag.
I'm just kidding.
So you pull the bag out again. Right?
I don't think a bag of holding would be in a pocket dimension. That's a
I
bad
know.
idea.
It's a
Okay.
really bad idea.
So,
If it's a pocket dimension.
any thoughts on these rings?
So
you want to take one, Sinjin, and I take one?
the first ring that you pull out, you can see that it appears to be a beautiful. Can you actually roll a D10 for me,
You want
You.
Laura? Go and roll a D10.
deciding what type of ring this is. Ooh, 10.
That might not.
Well, so Okay, you don't know what it is yet. I'm just handing that to you. So just it's actually the one that's highlighted.
It's
Luckily
number
enough.
10.
It's number 10. So just go ahead and put that down. Okay, so and
I'm
so
just
but
checking to see if
it's
it's
this
magical.
beautiful silver
Yeah, you just
band.
tell me if it's magic.
Beautiful silver band that has this almost clear gem to it. It's not like a diamond where it reflects light. It's like you almost can't even see it. Like you have to hold it up to the light just right to catch just a little bit of it. But it's the gem. It's just almost not there. It's interesting.
And that's one ring.
That's one
What's
ring.
in the other ring?
The other one it appears to be a silver band, but it has arcane runes written around the entire length of the ring. One ring to rule them all. No,
Is that what it says?
no, it's but you can see these arcane runes written etched into the metal itself.
Oh my goodness.
And you can see that there is a
Mhm.
small emerald set in the top of it. And in the etching appears to be filled with a black type ink.
Do any of that sound the language? I'm assuming not.
What languages do you speak?
I assume it's Abyssal. I don't know that, but Gnomish.
Common, Dwarvish, and Giant.
Common, Elvish, Dwarvish, Gnomish, Aguan, Ignan, Aran, Tyron.
Halfling.
Common, Elvish, Sylvan, Gnomish, and Druidic.
I'm cultured.
No, you're.
Does it
It's.
look like that other writing? Like if I look at the writing on the
It
cloak
does
and
not
look
look.
at
It does not look the
That's
same.
not
You've been speaking Gnomish to him. Never mind.
No, I never spoke Gnomish to him around you guys.
I just realized I can speak
So everyone can speak Gnomish.
Except
Yeah.
We can
Or
talk
do they
about it.
both look the same? Yeah, they both look the same except for one has emerald and one has like the clear.
The
Like,
clear, well, the clear one doesn't have any etchings in it. It's just that clear emerald, the clear gem that's set
can
inside
I
of it.
make a history check to see if I can see what kind of script it is?
Sure.
What's in your fancy bag?
12.
12. It looks like
Don't know yet.
like what most base enchantments are used with. So it appears to be possibly draconic in nature.
and it's not this one.
No. Not
The
that.
other one. So the other one's different. We need
Yeah.
to identify. We need to figure out what that one is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's better than that, too.
You
I don't know
are
what that
able
is
to
either.
ascertain the nature of
We
it
don't
if you
know. We don't know.
put the item on and rest with it for 30 minutes.
Does one of us want to take the risk of doing that? I mean,
I
I'll do it,
do.
but if someone else wants to. Because we have two of them that we don't know what they do yet.
I'll put the clear one on.
Okay. So you slip that on your finger. As you begin to slide it on, it slowly enlarges to fit your finger a little bit. And then
You have
gets
fat
reset.
fingers.
Well, yeah.
Does anyone want to
Are
try the
I-
emerald one?
I did open the portal.
Okay.
Okay.
I did find the click.
That's why we get the rings.
Okay. So you put it on, and eventually,
Play this game.
as it does, you feel a coldness around your finger. It's just cold.
Feels nice.
And then your finger falls.
Okay, so while we're wearing these rings, can I open the bag?
Sure.
Carefully.
You see about 500 more pieces of gold in there.
God.
Nice.
We've just been walking around with that.
Okay, so 100 each.
You found 500 gold in that thing?
I'm guessing it's about 500 gold.
You
It
can
feels like
count
500
so fast,
gold.
That's really impressive.
I mean, yeah, if you're willing to part with that, sure.
I mean, it took all of us to do this, and we're a group,
Sure,
right?
We got it from the giant horde, so yeah.
Aren't we a group?
I'm not gonna argue.
All right.
That is so sweet of you.
Rin is such a nice person.
100 to each.
And now we have a bag to put the map in.
No, the
Okay,
map's
who's
in a
gonna
tube.
rob us now?
All
She
right.
We'll just
wanted
and-
keep this bag for
And
now.
none of the other cloaks have writing on them.
I have
No,
my
none
gold.
of the other cloaks had writing on them. So as you guys start sorting through the gold through these various items, and you guys begin attuning to these rings, we'll go and take a break. We'll come back in about 10 minutes, and we will pick up there after the short break. All right, see you guys soon.
See ya.
Hooray! Are we on mute? Double check.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Yay!
I can't lean that far forward, otherwise it's
Alrighty.
Yo, please.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
I don't know how
Well.
to fix that.
So we roughly
Okay.
have
It's all good.
I guess the
most
only
of the
thing was when
day
it
to
was on
kill
here.
before Zoran gets here, right?
So, first, as we pick up,
Your face is
as you sit there, you begin to feel this shimmering sense over you, Trin. As you're sitting there, you can feel this faint aura as you understand the nature of this ring.
I understand the nature of this ring.
Would you like to describe what the nature of the ring is?
I feel like I have resistance to thunder damage.
Would you like to test that?
Nope. What's yours do? Oh,
As you
man.
feel,
I really would be like, it's just a cold ring.
It's the ring of cold finger.
I
Great
feel like
for
I need a
cocaine.
glove.
So yours is a...
If you want to read it out loud, that's
Oh.
fine.
Ring of Death's Despair.
Oh.
+1 to spell attack bonus. If you don't understand that, don't worry. This beautiful silver ring, etched with arcane runes, is infused with necrotic energy. As long as the creature is attuned to this ring, they know the Chill Touch cantrip and learn the spell Death's Despair. Death's Despair is a first level spell and can be cast once through the ring without expending a spell slot per day. Otherwise, you can cast the spell normally using a spell slot. And it goes on to explain the spell, which you'll probably hear when I eventually cast it. Because there's a lot to it.
So,
So it's a new spell that doesn't exist already.
Just your spell?
so if you want to read it, go ahead.
Okay, then I will. Because I'm interested too. Death's Despair. Range, 60 feet. Component, us.
BS, verbal and semantic.
We are the components.
Us.
It is consumed by the spell.
I expend one of you, and I shall despair your death.
There's a skull that's on there you have to
Oh,
press.
Oh no, it's a face.
Okay. Casting time 1 action. Duration instantaneous. You release an orb of dark necrotic energy towards a creature. Make a ranged spell attack against a creature you can see within range. On a hit, the creature takes 3d4 necrotic damage and must make a constitution saving throw against your spell save DC. On a failed save, the target is blinded and deafened till the end of their next turn. Using it at a second level or higher, increase it by 1d4 per level.
nice.
So, it doesn't do a lot of damage.
I think it's right up Fury's alley, though. I like the status effects.
That's a better ring for me not to have.
It's actually
Bunch
good
of
I didn't
spell
get that
slots.
one for later features that I know I will get.
looky there, I'm immune.
Oh, I take half thunder damage. Thanks.
So is there anything anyone wants to do in
I get that
town?
at level like 6.
Oh, nice.
No. Is there a training ground that Draven uses? Ask him.
You gonna practice?
What are you looking for?
Somewhere where I can just, train a little.
Train
Something
for
you
what?
don't with my sword play. Maybe something you don't mind me
Oh, you
chopping
want a
up.
spa?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, very good. Hey, Ruby, the idea. I'm going out to spa with Sinjin. Alright, be careful. Okay. So he.
Essentially, what I want to practice is the thing that I can't do yet, but I can start practicing it. The crippling flourish.
Oh, sure.
I
Yeah.
want to just practice that a little.
Okay.
Since I know I can't do it yet.
Alright, so what are we doing? We're just doing straight melee, trying to do some
want
moves? What are you trying to do?
I want to watch.
Okay. So you step out to watch.
Are there dagger pits I can just practice in?
Sure, there's the dagger pit.
Or the axe throwing, I mean.
Sure, go ahead.
I'm just gonna go.
Good to go. Okay. All right. Make roll 5d20 and add your spell or add your attack modifier to. So you're proficient with I think all weapons. So it's so strength plus your proficiency modifier. So I think it'll be plus
6.
plus 6. So go ahead and roll 5d20. Write them down. Let me know.
And shall we take a stroll through town?
Yes.
I just have been working on this new technique,
Everyone else
and
is
I
doing
need someone
something.
sturdy to try it out on.
Yeah.
So I just want to
Take a
give it
look.
a shot.
Oh, so
Big turn about the
you'll-
room.
More hand-to-hand stuff. Or
Oh,
not hand-to-hand.
hand-to-hand.
I mean, sword.
I'll use my 2 hand axes. And so, are you wanting to practice just feinting, dodging? Are you wanting to actually hit each other? Because we need to make sure we're blunting our weapons.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right. So he gets a little
Would I still be able
blade
to
cover for
practice
the.
that, like striking the certain areas that would
Sure.
reduce movement?
We'll say that this is the first step in learning you're learning what the maneuver you need in order to perform the action.
So watching how he moves and trying to hit
Yeah,
those locations.
hit those
that would
locations.
stop.
So, go ahead.
I also actually want to be reading the Origins of Magic book while I'm here as well.
So make an intelligence check or Arcana check as you're reading this. So we begin in this little conversation. So the first thing he's going to do is he's going to run and he's going to do make 2 attacks against you. They're blunted, so it's natural 20. And so the first one he ducks you duck underneath, and the second one he brings up right underneath your chin. And it rings your bell really quick, and you're just like, bet you weren't expecting that. Well, your turn. What you doing? He goes in for another attack, so go ahead and make yours. So go ahead and roll a d20. So if your attack, natural 1. So as you do this, as you're trying to begin understand this flourish, you're first like, what if I try to twirl the sword in my fingers a little bit? So you go and you twirl the sword and
I think it's top heavy with the bluntness. It's top heavy. Hold on. Let me try that again. Much better. 10.
10. Huh? Aren't you a fighter? I mean, I know you do the dagger pits, but I thought you were better than this.
Well,
jeez.
to be honest, the giant kind of crushed my leg, and I'm just getting back on my feet.
I understand. Well,
we've all been there.
This is quite.
Mondays, am I right?
All right, well, let's try one more time, shall we? So he's going to go in for 2 more attacks against you.
Cool.
One of them does hit. The second one misses. So the first one he clocks right in the stomach. And you take that into the ribs and stuff, and then you jump out of the way as you swing wildly with the second one.
Puppies.
So this first hit. No.
None of them.
Oh man.
That's four.
So you swing. So you go for your stab, and as you do, you step forward, and your leg buckles underneath you, and you feel it that like the muscles around it just like hurt and ache, and so it drops you to your knee, and you try to slash out again with the second attack. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work.
Didn't roll above a 5 with any of those attacks.
You rolled 4.
I rolled 1, a 2, a 2, a 5, and I don't know.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, this training session just wasn't in your favor.
I make sure to just be intent on my book.
What did you?
I got 20.
You got 20? Okay. So, as you're reading this, you're picking up on magic can mean lots of different things. You pick up on death could potentially mean necrotic. If you would have rolled higher than if you rolled a 20 or higher the last time, that's what would have revealed to you. That radiant could potentially mean life. That there's different meanings for words. That fire can mean lots of different things. It can mean hope. It can mean spirit. It can mean lots of different things. Like I said, and so it's a matter of water can also be used in the same way. Earth, foundation, depending it's a matter of understanding what the context of the situation is, but also not being limited to only looking directly at one specific word and what that one meaning is. So yes, you could say fire, but is it meaning fire? What is it trying to discuss? What is it trying to talk about? And ascertaining the actual true meaning behind the word. So that's what you pick up, and you're like, oh, this would have been helpful if I would have figured this out a day ago. Gotcha. All right. Trenton, you were practicing. What did you roll?
10, 19, 18, natural 20, and 18.
Oh, man. Okay, so while you step outside, there's a target outside for practicing that you can see a ton of marks in.
She only misses one, maybe?
Maybe.
No, you hit the target. It's just not the next four. You throw four in quick succession, and like kind of the first one you gotta get target off and you readjust, and then on the third one was the third one your natural 20.
Fourth.
The fourth one you get your hand and you release it and you're just like yes, like as soon as you're like
It's
going in. It releases. You can just see it spinning, and you just see it sink right into the middle, like perfectly pointed. So I will say the next time you enter into a dagger or a throwing contest of some sort, your first attack has advantage. Your first throw or whatever it is has advantage.
In the axe story or
Like an extra,
Oh,
like where you have to throw something. So it could be potentially beneficial in the dagger pits in Ventark.
be good in that one, but not the crop stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, that is not out. Plastic.
Okay, what were you two doing? You guys were going for a walk around the town.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
watching Ascension.
Nope.
Oh, hey, Ash, how are you?
Hello.
Simon.
Oh, hello.
How's it going?
Oh,
I
good.
haven't seen you around in a while.
Oh,
Actually, we have seen you a couple times.
Oh, yeah, I saw you on the road.
Yeah, you didn't stop.
No,
That
I
was
had
really...
a delivery. I had to get going.
Yeah. Yeah, we were all yelling at you and you kept running.
Yeah, I
That's
had
fine.
a job.
Yeah, you were busy. Well, me and Enon are just taking a walk, so.
Oh, what are you doing later?
I don't know. I think me and Trin were going to like do something. I don't know. How to...
Deception check. As you're obviously trying to get out of this
We
awkward
were gonna
situation.
do something.
You may want to ice that leg.
It's probably a good idea, just in general. I thought it was healing, but apparently
Really
not.
need a peg leg.
I may hit that point.
9.
All right. Well, I understand. I don't want to get in the way of best friends. So, just
Best friends.
yes.
You guys are doing something later.
Oh.
All right. Well,
Something.
you know, best of luck to you two.
So if you roll deception.
But yeah, it was a pleasure seeing you guys again.
Maybe we'll see you on the road.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have a great day.
Yeah. Bye.
And you see, he goes, kind of jogs over and he picks up some wood and stuff, and obviously doing some errands around town. Right. Are you two trying to do anything?
Keep walking. I don't know. But do we see anything interesting?
Nope.
Nope. See nothing.
Can I look? Do I
What was
see
it, a
anything
natural one?
interesting?
No, a 3s.
Three.
So 7.
7. It's you were enchained with Simon's conversation. I would say that happened during this three. Okay. Yeah, just enjoying it. You guys end up going by Leopold's and you help pick up a little bit of the ruffle and stuff and kind of help reattach some boards. And that's it.
Great.
Okay. So, and the night is yours. What do you wish to do?
We don't have anything else we have that
I
we've
don't
been
think
putting
there's
off, right?
anything we can do. I don't think so.
There's not a library in Tea Garden, right?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
There was a small bookstore.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything.
Okay. So you guys have dinner. You set it out for a nice evening. Boom! No, I'm kidding.
Another explosion.
Another explosion.
Leopold!
Tear gun combusting, and I knew you were here.
Yeah, you guys sleep. Next morning, you awake. Day's yours.
Days
Zoran
always
should
mine.
probably be here sometime this afternoon, based on our time travel. Yeah.
We're
I
not-
think it will be.
We're not one of those mages of old.
no,
Is there anything going on in the town, like axe throwing?
That's in a couple nights.
Is there anything else going on around town?
No, it's
So,
just a
what
normal
are
work
we
day. It's a
doing?
work day.
Are we
It's-
just
We have no work to do.
we just saying, hey, you're here, we're gonna do this job for you, let's go, or is that the plan?
We'll see what Zoran thinks of this map.
Yeah.
I may want to stop by the bookstore.
I like bookstores. I can go to a bookstore with you.
Anyone else? Literally anyone else want to join?
Anybody want to go
Well,
to the
they're-
bookstore with me and Fury?
I would like to buy a big piece of paper.
Thank
I
you,
want to make a
Enid.
copy of this map.
Okay.
For which you already have a copy of.
Oh, he gave us the copy
Yeah.
too? Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't
Big
know he gave us
piece
both.
I didn't know he gave us
paper.
both.
Yeah.
I just started thinking if Zoran wanted to keep this, just
And we would have nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay,
You
then
can
never
get
mind.
the big piece of paper. You will.
I
You can
still want
still,
the big-
Do
you
you
can
want
still,
to make
you can still go get the big piece of paper and make your own drawing. It's like mountain.
Well, maybe no one will want to steal it.
Maybe
Yeah.
she's a really good artist. You don't know.
Yeah.
Are you a really good artist? Roll a d20. We'll
Oh,
determine it right
goodness.
now.
14.
You think you're an okay artist? Yeah.
Pretty good, above
Better
average.
than me, probably.
Yeah, you're
Everybody
pretty good.
roll a
drawing.
d20. Let's see how good we are at art.
Nope. 9.
5.
11.
I'm just as good at
Oh,
Well, that makes sense. You two probably
We took
drew.
some art classes
You guys-
together.
I draw
Right.
half the river, you continue it on.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, boy.
So, you guys wait, or you guys are heading to the bookstore. Okay. So, go ahead.
Are we all going?
Why not? What else
Go
am I
to
going
the
to do?
bookstore? That's cool.
I just want to go check in on Leibold to make sure he's doing okay.
You stop in. He's doing fine.
Good.
You see him actually walking out around the town and heading back towards the shop and helping clean up and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys go to the bookstore.
I'm,
How we look?
Okay.
Books.
Oh, well, hello.
hello.
Hello, welcome to my shop. You see a red-haired individual who's kind of got this nice comb over, like this. Hello.
I like,
Wow.
I like your hair. It's
Wow.
very
Thank you.
nice.
He probably doesn't
Name's
recognize
Timmons.
me.
Timmons?
Timmons.
Timmons.
Do you know
Okay.
him?
Not Tim.
It's not Tim.
Tim Timmons?
Tim Timmons.
Is it
Tim
Tim from the
Timmery?
axe throwing?
Who
No.
sounded like
Oh.
Grover?
Tim Timmons? Tim
How'd
Timmons.
you know my first name?
It was a lucky guess.
Oh, lucky you. Timmons, welcome to my bookshop. What can I get for you?
I'm looking for any books revolving around magic and storms, electricity.
We've got stuff about weather. We've got stuff about magic. If you want to buy both books, it's going to cost you about maybe 10 silver pieces, so 1 gold piece.
Just start.
There you go. So he pulls you out a basic weather,
Do you still have that?
discussing weather patterns in the sky. And the book is, it's an exact copy of the one that you currently have in possession of the basic understanding of magic and the different kinds. So you have 2 copies of that now.
You could
Yes,
sell
what can I
it
get for
six.
you?
So
Do you have
Can
any
tell?
books on ancient history?
Ancient history, ancient history.
You never know. One might have
Yes, what are you looking for?
drawn like
Nope.
notes.
Anything in particular?
Yeah, just I've just been wanting to learn more about
About
The
ancient
origin?
gods or ancient creation theories and understandings?
yes.
Both.
Well, sure.
like
Okay.
We'll do
and
both.
history of like magic.
yeah.
Well, he just took our last copy of the History of
Oh.
Magic.
Well, we'll borrow
Would you
it.
like to borrow it?
Ancient
Well,
magic?
ancient magic. Well, you'd have to probably go to the Mystic Arcanium for that and higher up libraries. They've got better information about that. This is more just about researchers going around and finding information.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both of those sound
They are.
interesting.
Oh, well, here you go. That will be 1 gold piece, please, for both books. There you go.
Thank
They go in and out of Teagarden, but the actual Mystic Arcanium that they were at was in Kromsdog, not Teagarden, right?
Okay, so I have
Yeah.
one book.
I have advantage in all
No, Mystic
persuasion.
Arcanium is a guild, and they have a guild hall in each of the major cities.
So they have one here in Tiga.
It's not all major cities.
I was distracted by magic.
Okay.
What book did you get?
Oh, it's right.
I got 2. I got
And
one
what-
book
except
on
for the Order of
the
the Devout.
history
The
of
Order of the Devout
gods
has-
and one
Except
book on
for-
the history of creation of things.
The Bible.
Or
Yes.
something like that.
So, out of game.
Mhm.
If Zorn is coming here, though, maybe he could help us with the Mystic Arcanium stuff, or is he not out in the Mystic Arcanium?
He's not
Just
in the
Tybalt.
Mystic Arcanium.
Is
Tybalt is, but
Tybalt
he's
coming
coming.
too?
Yes.
Okay, so we can maybe ask him.
What are you looking for? You are quite a unique individual.
She's an Eladrin.
Damn.
Oh, you were looking at.
I was looking it up.
Oh.
Thanks for ruining it for me.
You ruined this fun, Fury.
Yeah, that's
see me
what
just
this
What
is.
I do.
I'm
I
sure
like to
you would
research
have
things for
found it.
myself, you know? What do you want, Miss Alledrin?
Do you have any like storybooks? Just like fun books.
I'm writing one myself.
Yeah.
Do you want to see?
This is
Yeah?
the first time.
This is what you
I'm
need.
the only one that knew.
He pulls it up and you can see that it's what a nice leather-bound book. Beautiful. I call this an up-pop artistic explosion book.
A what?
An up-pop explosion of
Oh,
art book.
That sounds really fun.
It's fantastic. You ready?
Yeah.
It's a pop-up. It's a pop-up book.
That's so amazing. Look at the pop-up explosion of a book.
It is a
It's right up
cautionary
your
tales
alley.
book. This one tells of the fairy who got lost in the woods,
Oh.
Could be useful.
ran into a magical tree. Magical tree.
Magical trees are bad.
Told no,
Oh.
it was a cautionary
Oh.
tree.
Oh,
Told
okay.
it to stay
Different
away
magical tree
from
than
the
I meant.
wolves. What
Wolves?
do you think the fairy went and did?
Wolves are nice.
Fairy went and talked to the wolves.
Did I grow up reading a book like this?
No,
No.
this is he read it himself.
Oh, I thought it was like just a normal like.
No.
She's not from here, so she's like, oh, this is a
What
book.
happened
Like,
after the wolves? I have to know.
The wolves tricked her.
Wolves tricked her?
The wolves tricked her
Hmm.
into spending all her money.
Why would wolves need money? Go on, it's very good.
It's a good book.
It is a good book. I'm sorry, I like it a lot. Those are just really mean wolves.
They were mean. Take it from personal experience.
Oh, did wolves rob
maybe it's
you?
an autobiography.
The only pop-up autobiography in the world.
So, what happens next is the little fairy goes to his dad. He tells him everything. The dad has then put in jail the wolves. Teaches them
You're
for stealing.
They arrested the wolves.
He arrests the wolves.
How did they do that? Did they
Then
put
my
them
dad,
in the
I mean
the
the
wolf manacles?
little wolf manacles, yes. And then
There's more.
he opened a bookshop. And that's the end.
And did he write a book after that?
He did. That's the next story.
Next
Volume
is
2.
him writing the book.
And reading the book.
I really like that book.
Would you like to buy it?
Please.
It is 25 gold pieces.
Oh, no. I'll have to come
It is
back
all
later.
hand-drawn, beautifully bound in leather.
Do you have like a rough
Hand
draft version that's cheaper?
The rough draft is even more rare. There's only one of those. There's 2 copies of this, and he pulls out 2 of them. Anybody else interested? They are wonderful reading and cautionary tales.
Take it from me, I believe it really is worth 25 gold.
Would you care for it?
I believe it speaks to her more than me.
I thought you said it was.
Would you take it for
Well-
5 gold?
How dare you?
What about
Sully my
What?
work.
what about like I can't really afford 25,
yeah.
but if I could do like
Steep.
maybe like 15
I
or 10
had-
and then I can read it to other people.
You said 15.
Yeah.
15 gold, and it'll be yours.
What about 14?
You said 15.
I've sneezed.
15 sounds good to me. As I'm flipping through my book.
I meant to
It says
say
15. 15.
what about
15.
Alright, 15 for your magical.
Oh my
book.
gosh.
All right.
Like a year's salary for some people.
I'm sorry.
That's why I can never hold on to money. And
I
my
should have given
pop-up books.
her
Just the thought of how much I possibly could have gotten it down to.
Next time I give gold out, I'm giving her 5.
You see him slowly turn to the side and just go,
Yes!
Going to make good use of my pop-up book.
I'll make sure to
Maybe
stop
we'll
her
run into
next
some
time.
go ahead and make everybody in the shop, go ahead and make a perception check.
17.
12.
14. Are you in the shop?
24.
Oh, you're checking on.
24?
I was checking on label.
Okay. You look around the shop and you can see that apparently the name Tim Timmons is scrawled into a lot of the walls and stuff in this shop, but it's crossed out over a different name. You can't really tell the other name.
Like on the wall?
Like anything, anywhere sign that says Tim Timmons Bookery, it's not. It seems to appear to be crossed out and over a different name.
I'm gonna go
Used
peer
to be
really
like Jake
close
Smith.
to one of the names.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Yeah, I'd like
I'm gonna
to
be
look
looking at
too.
them. Yeah.
So
And
go ahead and do
that's
so with advantage.
it.
as you go.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
that's
looking
good.
with you.
15.
You do see an F underneath that barely kind of sticks out. That's all you can make out is that there's an F underneath.
Can I look at one that's closer to me?
You were helping her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is the name under your name on the wall?
Oh, it is nobody. It is nobody.
We'd like to know.
It is nobody.
It's
But
somebody.
I'm just really
No.
curious and you couldn't tell me. I just bought your book.
I think you should tell
You
us.
did.
Based...
Why would I need to tell you anything? Thank you for visiting my shop. Now, if you would please leave.
I leave.
Now I'm curious. Don't you
I'd
want to know
rather
who
too.
it is?
Oh, wait up, Fury.
Maybe Tim Timmons isn't his real name and he made up a different name because his other name is something really weird, like Fuggy Ruffle.
Fuggy.
Does he have like a sign outside his shop
Yes.
that I can investigate that
Yeah,
instead?
Go for it.
So
Nope.
close to her.
10.
10. It appears to be a very brand new sign. That's what you can make out.
I was only casually glancing at it.
Well, I guess if he
Good day.
doesn't want to tell us, he cannot tell us what it is. Hopefully he didn't just take somebody else's shop. That would be really mean.
That would be me. Now leave.
You're kicking us out of your shop? What if I'm not done shopping?
You've purchased.
I have not purchased
Now I'm asking
anything.
you to leave.
I
You're
have-
asking questions that I would prefer you not to ask.
Purchased
leave.
nothing.
Can I?
So great. So quit perusing the books and leave.
But Trent said she really wanted to get the book.
So can I?
Maybe it might matter.
We were given a detail,
I'll-
Lewis.
Can I make a
Yeah.
history check? Because I went in here on the very first night. Or
You went into Leopold's and got a book there.
I didn't buy.
You were looking at his books.
It was Leopold's books.
Leopold's books.
Okay, that makes sense then.
I was
Never
wondering
mind.
if you know of anybody who has. You seem to know. Trying to flatter him. You seem to know a lot
Thank you.
about.
And you seem to ask a lot of questions.
Yes, because I have a lot to learn. Do you know anybody who knows a lot about ancient magic and?
I've already explained this. The Mystic Arcanium is the one that knows
I
about
know.
magic.
I didn't know if you knew.
I just told you.
Mm. It's not
I
okay
look
to
for
ask.
Sinjin.
Fine. Just leave.
Hey Trent, I found the book with puppies on it.
That's okay. We're not spending any more money here.
Good.
We'll make sure everyone knows it.
That is Fine, leave.
But how am I gonna read the pop-up book to people now? I guess I will. We just leave.
No, you take your book.
No, I
You
have the
got your
book. I just won't read it to anybody.
No, of course not.
Okay. So, you guys leave Tim Timmons Bookery.
Tim
I
slash
so-
F.
I assume his father probably just bought him
F
this,
something.
and so he hastily put his name
Or
over.
he murdered somebody and their bodies in the basement.
Anything suspicious should
That's
be
a little dark
investigated.
coming from you.
That was out of character.
Around this time,
suspicious should be investigated.
you see two horses approaching the city, making their way in through the main entrance, and you see the familiar form of Zoran and
I
In a
almost
strange
went. I almost
chat.
went invisible.
you see and Tybalt and Zoran.
Oh, good. Friends.
Hey, how are you guys
Friends
doing?
that might talk to us.
Pretty good.
I mean, it's been an eventful 48 hours.
That's what we heard. That's why I brought Tibbs.
Well, how was your ride in?
What?
Should we give him?
We give him
Maybe
a
we should
rundown.
I
let
meant
them
to give
go
him
check
what
in.
we owe him.
What?
No, we're giving him a rundown on like everything that happened and what we found and whatever.
It's not good that they're becoming more bold.
Exactly.
Did I meet back up with them, or am I still roaming?
I went
No,
and searched.
like
I'll
you
say
would've-
that you
Okay,
all,
that's
you all
fine.
got
I
the-
just didn't know if I was.
Am I still
Yeah.
here?
I didn't want to say anything if I wasn't.
Yeah.
I'd want to be in a spot where I'm just like talking on the open. Like I'd rather be in a.
Yes, I think that would be a fantastic
our
idea if we went
way.
to it. Yes.
Let's go back to the temple. Label's not there near our place.
We can go into Holdrick's Hamlet. I'm sure they wouldn't mind kicking a few people out if there's any patrons there right now. Anyways. Okay, so you guys head to Holdrick's
Mhm.
Hamlet. There's no other patrons in there, and so you see Ruby takes one of the children back into the room, kind of gets them set up, and Ruby and Draven both join you at the table along with Zoran and Tybalt.
Could we have made a pit stop beforehand to have Zoran look at the bodies if they're there to see if they're the same people that attacked him the first time?
Sure, yeah. No, these don't seem like any of the ones that were there. There was a big one, a very big one, an orcish features.
Mm-hmm. Sounds.
Where's Dragon?
Dragonborn? No. Never mind.
This group seems kind of large.
Did he have a fancy hat?
We had a
No,
half.
fancy hats.
Good.
That was the one you took down.
Yeah, but it wasn't the guy that I was thinking of.
Well, yeah, no. I don't know what to make of this. None of them look familiar. It was also dark in the cave, so I mean, it doesn't mean that one of them couldn't be.
Sure.
So, well, let's head back and talk with Tibbs. So, you guys tell the story. Do you share what you found?
Yeah.
Okay, so you share the map and the rings.
Yeah, and we're asking
Okay.
devils about or whatever his name
Did I give each of them 50 gold? Since they helped us defeat the giants. My share.
No.
No, you guys
No,
helped us
this,
fight the giants.
what did we tell you? I told you
The
that
fee
that
for
your payment for saving me was this.
What the bounty was, but this was found inside of the cloak that we found on the giants. This is just part of the spoils.
All right. Well, I suppose. Well, fine.
Do you just like being poor? Is that your fault?
Well,
I want to be fair. They
wait.
helped
Let
us
me
fight.
tell you. So
I feel like he
Have
may
you-
not be so.
I
Give
bored.
spoke
him
to,
money.
I believe, Ash, or was it Trin? Oh, who came and visited me? I believe yes, it was you.
Yeah, I visited.
You
yeah.
came and visited me.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you discussed it with the group of potential endeavor further into the...
Oh no,
That
that
was
was
you.
what you meant the
That was
first time.
We've all visited you.
I spoke with you.
Yes. that was
Yes,
him.
and I think my troop is
Oh.
on board. So we
Sounds
are.
fantastic. Sorry, we're excited. Someone else is watching, so hello.
Just a reminder that orcs need love too.
Oh.
Not all orcs are friendly, but all orcs could use a friend.
Well, hello, friend.
But they are on
I
board
won't
for
be your
going
friend.
with you, and we now have this
Alright.
map that's to be entrusted to you, Zoran.
Prefer to stay
Well,
in
I
character.
suppose this, yes. So you see,
What's
takes
that
it.
Apparently
says,
super old and important and magical.
Ancient magic.
Ancient magic.
No one's been able to tell us about it.
Dibs. Right. Don't see anything on it. Does anyone try to assist you? You said someone
We
assisted you.
took
in
it to
this.
the temple, and she said that the magic was so old that
Oh,
she couldn't.
Bethesda.
Yes,
Yes.
but she couldn't. She said it was before her time.
I'm not familiar. I do not understand what it is saying as well. I do not know. I cannot tell you.
Do you know who could know? Because they only pointed us to the Mystic Arcanium.
Within our order, I mean, I could take it up. I cannot guarantee that you will get it back.
Well, I mean, it's not really
It was
ours
entrusted
to give. It was
to
entrusted
Zorn.
to Zoran.
So it is-
Zorn, what is your take? And so Zorn kind of sits there a minute. You know how I feel about the higher ups. I don't really trust them fully as much as I trust you, Tibbs. Let's keep it. What else about the map? What can you tell me about it? What happened with it? So you told me the story of what happened. Was there any other details about this map? You said there was a stone.
You have the stone.
Right, that stone. This stone? Moonstone?
Yes.
It's like the
Me-
stone, right.
The rock, the sword, and the stone.
It
The dagger.
glows
and the
moonlight. Maybe it does more, but I know it glows moonlight.
Well, you remember when you found me?
They were absorbing moonlight there as well.
No, they were looking for something
Oh,
with pickaxes.
then
Would
this
they,
you
like-
think is what it was?
It could be.
But what does it do?
I don't know.
Put it on the map.
Yeah, put it on the map.
You see me begins to shine it over the map.
Maybe you need to do it at night
Ooh.
with the moon.
Yeah, that sounds like
Quick,
fun.
cast moonbeam on it.
Okay.
No, no.
you see their eyes get really big for a minute.
No.
If
I'm
anything,
just kidding. I'm
necromancy
not
has been a key thus far, but I don't think it's
The map? Oh, with the other
with the
stuff.
clothes. But I don't think it's worth.
What?
I like your idea of the moonlight. That could potentially be something.
The moonlight.
The magic is ancient. It's something beyond before.
Disintegrate the map.
Well, yes,
Not the movie.
you would be able to cast that, I'm sure. It's just that is more of a damaging spell. It is one that
We
hurts.
can wait till the moon comes out. That sounds like fun. We can hang out on the roof. It's really fun out there when no one's kicking you off of
Maybe
it.
we should get on the road and maybe
I
from the
just
camp
shoot
take a
you a
look at
dirty
it.
look.
I
I
mean,
mean, this seems urgent.
Yes. Well, we can do that if you're willing to accompany us. Where we are going is southwest to the Crags of Yaktar. Actually, I believe it's due south from where we're at now.
Yep.
So, is it something that you are willing to accompany us on?
I'm always up for an adventure.
I will tell you this: if we are successful in our endeavor, that Zorn and I will not be returning with you at that time. Once we have arrived at a destination, if we hopefully find what we are seeking, that you will be on your own to leave.
Are you planning on going through whatever portal or doorway
Yes,
you
he
find?
is. Zorn has agreed to be my protector in the planes if we are able to access the plane of fire.
does that portal only go to the one plane?
Yes, there are 4 temples that each. I do believe that 2 of the other ones have been found. The third is not.
Where do the other 2 go?
Well, one goes to the plane of air, one goes to the plane of water.
Hmm.
I do not know if the plane of earth has been discovered. The temple of earth.
There is an old order that typically resides near these temples. The Elementum Syndicatus. They
Bless you.
Elementum Syndicatus. They preserve ancient knowledge of these temples. However, they are more fanatics of a sort. I've had dealings with them. They're not mean, or they just are very... How would you describe it? They're loopy. They're nuts. Is what they are.
Hey, Ash, you're gonna make some new friends.
I like friends.
They seem right up your alley.
Tren's been very good at making friends today.
That's... I
Yeah.
wasn't there for that.
Should we set out?
Yes, I think so.
I
Sure.
like to keep moving. More like I have
All right.
to.
Well, let us travel south. You ready?
Yeah, are you taking your horses? Because there's
I've got
more
one.
of us than there are horses. You've got a goat, right?
You could
It's like a riding
you could
horse.
We may
procure
want that
some horses
for the
from here.
ride
if you
home.
wish.
Yeah, we should get some horses. That sounds like fun.
Let's go.
Probably
Look at
best.
Horsey.
Yes, horse shopping.
Are you taking your horses into the plane of fire?
No. We were hoping that you, after we stayed with them outside the temple, that you would potentially be able to take them back.
Right. So we'll have 2 horses.
Or
already.
if you wish, you could send them on their way. I'm sure they would be able to return to Himjor nearby.
Which we could, if I ride the riding the horse that lasts for 24 hours, then I could just ride the other one home.
It's
Or we
up to you.
could just get 3 horses and we us
I
gnomes can
assume
share.
it's
Right.
Sure.
Because I
I
could
mean, if
ride
we
the
were
one.
2, could they share and we share? I mean, if she rides the goat.
I don't see why not.
All right, we'll get a gnome-sized horse for 2 gnomes,
Okay.
and I guess a normal-sized horse for the 2 not gnomes.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Wait, if we share a horse?
I just think it's going to be hilarious.
I'll be invisible.
I forgot how much
Can I
they
pick
could
the horse?
cost.
I mean,
can
the
talk
one
to
I'm-
it and we'll know
I
like,
have
if
is
it's a
a-
good horse or not.
It's a
Just
riding.
don't give it too many sugar
Okay,
cubes.
so you are looking for a riding horse. Okay, so you head over to the nearest stables. That'll be 75 gold per horse.
Since we're sharing, they're splitting the
They are
price of
broken
the
in.
horse,
They
right?
are able to ride, and travel far distances.
All right, can we get one that is a bit smaller for us gnome folk?
Oh, you want a pony?
Can a pony hold 2 gnomes?
Wait, can
If you want a war horse, I got one of those.
We don't need
It's a little bit weird.
Don't think we need that.
Would you like a war horse?
I do have a quick question? Can one of you ride with Zoran or Tybalt, and one of you ride with me, and then we don't end up with extra horses?
Yep.
Yep.
So just 1 horse for them, and then we don't have to buy a horse because we're small.
Can I like see the horses for sale before I buy one?
Sure.
I would like to talk to them.
Technically, you can be a horse.
I could, but only for an hour.
Oh.
Okay. So,
I'll ride with Zora.
so you go.
Trying to figure out how to be
Goody.
free for us.
I did.
So there's 2 horses. You see.
One of you can ride with
You
me.
see one that's a beautiful male,
But not you.
just a not a stallion, but or I guess male horse is stallion.
Unless they're geldings.
Yeah.
It's a goat.
If it's neutered, it's a gelding.
Okay, it's
It's a
neutered.
goat.
So,
Yeah, I think it's a
okay,
goat.
so it's a gilding.
She said it's
You
They
see
go
that
like Trevin, but it's a riding horse.
he's got beautiful black fur or black hair, and a cream-like tail. You go up and talk to him. Okay.
Hello.
Hey.
Would you like to go on an adventure?
Sure. Beats being in the stables.
What about that other horse? Is that other horse good for
He's a
adventure?
jerk.
Is he?
He's a jerk.
Sounds like a
He's not very nice.
Why is he a jerk?
I don't know.
You know what? I'm convinced.
I can try talking to him if you want, but he's not very
Let's
nice.
try talking to him too to see.
So you go over to this other one, you can see it's like this brown, peanut butter colored horse. And it's got like brown splotches all over his body. What do you want?
Oh, he did say you were a jerk. He's right.
Well, who you calling a jerk?
No, the other horse said it, not me.
Yeah, what are you saying over there, Sebastian?
Oh, his name's Sebastian. What's your name?
When I Buttercup.
Yeah, you need Buttercup.
Why ask?
Buttercup.
I'm a faster horse than he is.
I think Fury needs Buttercup.
I don't hear anything.
You know what? I kind of like you,
Oh,
Buttercup.
well, that's good. I don't like you at all.
Well, you're fast?
I'm super fast. You have any sugar cubes?
I do!
Can I have a sugar cube?
Yes, you can. I'm
I,
going to get Buttercup, please.
I said no sugar cubes.
Oh, what about Sebastian? He wanted to get out of the stable.
Buttercup's funny.
You see, he kind of kicks up some dirt as you walk, as he's let out. You see him kick up some dirt on Sebastian. Sebastian's like,
Sorry. He's really funny.
Why did
Plus, with
Where are we
some
going?
At this time, it wears off.
I don't really know. I can't hear you anymore. Here's Fury. He'll be riding you too. This is Buttercup. You should be really happy you can't hear him talking right now. He reminds me of
I've
you.
never heard a horse talk. He just seems
Well, it seems
pissed
you
off.
picked a good one.
I
He
kind
seems
of
very
like him.
friendly.
He's so angry.
He's just kind of staring you directly in the eye.
What's wrong with
Are we
him?
leaving now?
I think once you guys saddle up, yes.
I go invisible.
Our horse is gonna be the new party enemy.
Feels you get up on top of him.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
Hey, Zora, do you
He's
mind
broken,
if
so
I,
he knows.
If I hitch a ride with
Oh,
you?
you can be 2 hours.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I'm
sure.
now.
Why not?
Okay, cool.
All right.
That's after.
Alright.
That's good to know.
You can
I'm
ride with
gonna
Trin,
I'm gonna
actually,
ride
if you
with
want.
Trin.
Okay.
So Tibble puts his own horse.
Right, this is fantastic. I haven't had my own space. Well, no, what am I saying? That I've earned my own house. I'm fine. So, he's riding. You guys begin your journey southward.
I want to ask Zoran if he's had any dealings with Tirgon.
Yeah, that name does ring a bell. I have. What's up?
Do I overhear any of this?
Make a perception check.
He's we've had a run-in or
Definitely
two
no.
with him. He's interested in us for monetary reasons, and
Natural one.
For the
yeah, and I don't know what to do about that, but I don't think he's the type to give up.
No, he's got the name the Fierce for a reason.
I mean, I can't fault the guy for doing his job, but his methods seem a little extreme.
Well, it's his job to bring down people that have broken the law. I mean, you can't blame the guy for doing his job.
Can he be reasoned with?
The money.
You're right. Can he be? And if so,
Have you tried?
Not yet. I didn't know if it was worth me trying or if he'd just go back on his word anyway.
It's you know, it's up in the air. It really is whatever. You know.
All right, I was just curious. I expect to see him again sometime, and
Well, just don't piss him off.
yeah,
Best advice I can give to you there.
yeah, I'm good at that.
Well,
Well, how's the family?
family's doing great. I'm excited. This job should set me pretty well to not have to do much else in terms of employment for the remainder of my life and potentially my kids. So, pretty lucrative.
Hope that works out well for you.
Yeah. So,
How are you getting back from this plane if we're taking
Tips.
your horses? Oh, we can get you out of there.
he's got a scroll. that he was able to purchase. He had a favor that one of the elder mages needed that he was able to collect on. He provided the scroll. Tibbs is doing his best to try and learn and become stronger. And he believes that by going and getting this figured out, and he'll be able to potentially be able to do this on his own pretty soon. So he's copied down the incantation. He's going to begin trying to practice it as much as he can. But yeah. If not, he can at least use the scroll itself to get us back.
Well, good luck to you. I hope we're able to help you in any way possible.
I do too, because the place we're going to is just confusing as heck.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How long of a trip is it?
Oh, this is, I think, maybe 4 days down to the crags.
We're starting halfway through a day. All right. Well, let's ride on.
Okay. So, you journey on until nightfall.
I recast invisibility when it wears out.
Okay.
And then I also convert sorcery points, recast it again.
So you're just kind of staying invisible the majority of the time while you're riding.
Well, I can only do it 3 times. 3 times total.
3 times total. Okay. So you do it, but for about 3 hours you are completely invisible, riding atop the horse Buttercup.
Actually, I can do it once more by converting
So 4
all
times.
my first level spells to sorcery points and then converting those to second level spells.
There you go.
So you're just sitting on the back of a horse doing all this crazy stuff that
You guys
can't
don't see anything.
You just feel all this crazy.
We're just like,
Fury, what are
hey,
you doing?
You just feel like wind swirling around you.
Fury, stop
Oh my God.
farting.
that's
I'm
Buttercup.
staying invisible.
Well, can you be invisible with less movement, please?
No, actually.
Let's make camp.
So you guys get set up for the evening. Get
Is
set
the
up.
moon out?
The moon is out.
Should we try to do this thing again with the map and the
Yeah,
moonstone
get the rock.
together and see if it does anything different?
That sounds like a lot of fun.
See if it does anything different with the moon.
You begin. You begin pulling all that stuff out, and
I want to keep watch.
do that. Forgot to mention. I forgot to mention this. This also did. You pulled that out of the cloak as well. I forgot to give that to you.
The one I had?
Yes,
Oh.
you also have that. I forgot. I was like, or no, that's the one Trin had. Sorry, that's the one Trin had.
I just want to be keeping watch while they're doing whatever it is they're doing.
Okay.
Well, the one I had the stone.
It did have the stone.
Yep.
That had that. I forgot about that.
Okay, I'll read it because we would have already all talked about this.
Okay.
Tell me if I say any of these wrong. The lake and forest are overrun with the dead, tethered to his soul. We must find a way in, release the... is it a B or L?
Is this in common?
It's in common, but it's ripped up and
It's like ripped.
That's helpful.
Release the...
Correct.
It's either a B or an L.
Did you use all of your abilities?
Maybe.
That's cool.
so you pull out the map.
Well, I still have one thing left. What do you need?
I was just gonna double check the other one to make sure it didn't have some cool paper in it.
I can do that.
I just forgot. It was only that one. I just forgot to hand that out. I totally
Ring
forgot.
orb.
So
Let's try the moonlight thing.
okay. So you begin shining the light. Okay, you hold it over. Begin holding it over the map. You kind of glance over all the material and stuff in the front, all the drawings and everything, and it doesn't show up anything. You flip it over, and as you slowly flip it over, and I will have this for you next time, as you slowly begin shining it over the parchment, you start beginning to see what appears to be the architectural structure of the tower of, or the Daxter's spire. There are words written in there. And what languages do you speak? Does anyone speak Abyssal? I don't think so. I do not speak it, but this is fantastic. Give me a moment. And so he begins casting comprehend languages, and so he begins running his hands over it. It has. I don't understand why anyone would have this. It has detailed plans of where traps would be, or where things might. This is amazing. Of secret passageways, of things unseen, obviously unseen. And so you essentially have a hidden map on the back of the map that shows a layout of Daxter Spire.
When you guys go into the fire plane, would you mind us keeping a hold of that map? I know it was entrusted to you, but we might be foolish enough to go south.
Why are you going south?
Adventure. And I will kind of give him a look because I've talked to him a little bit about this in the past. I talked to Zorn about it.
Please understand that going south, it is dangerous, it is manageable, but be wary of and keep an eye out for those that are wearing cloaks. It cannot dissuade you. It's not off limits. It's not like anyone can go down there on their own free will. There's many treasure hunters that go down, but be prepared. It is a dangerous place.
I just feel we'd be better equipped with the map than without, but it was entrusted to you, and I will respect your opinion.
Well, are you planning on going to the tower?
I'm not positive, but if we were there, we wouldn't want to not go if we needed to. I mean, we could just copy it down over the course of these next 4 days if that's easier.
Well,
I did buy a big piece.
We could just do that and you keep the magical one. Oh, yeah, you
Good
did.
purchase. We also have the other map we could draw on the back.
Hands, though, if you've got a copy floating out
damn.
and about.
better
Although I
to
don't
keep
know
it
if
as
it
one.
should go into the fire plane either.
That is true. This could potentially be used to.
Boy, I wish I had that keen mind feat.
What's that?
You
I have
memorize
persuasion.
everything you
This
see.
could be used to. Yeah, I think it's just wrong. If we don't make it back, I mean, this could be used to help the land quite a bit. If we could erase some of the evil that Daxter did. All right, well, don't let it fall in their hands.
Why don't you go with us?
Well,
Out of
we
game.
won't.
Out of game.
All right.
Oh gosh, now I have the Superman.
Should Trin hold on to the Superman?
You guys can discuss all that stuff on your own. About who's gonna be the leader and all that.
Unless they think that I would have it because I'm the leader of the group.
Okay. Yeah.
Just on any off chance, I rolled an 18 while I was keeping watch while they were doing all that.
That doesn't appear to be anything. Go ahead and make an
Keep the
Arcana check.
stone and the map separate. Someone should have the stone and someone should have the map.
Okay.
So that they don't get
19.
19. You pick up a faint glow as you saw Trin looking at that other piece.
Wait. Faint glow?
He was doing like magic. He was just
I know.
Oh.
If he said
So
he
we
was
can
keeping
use the-
keeping an eye out for that.
moonstone on this.
Maybe you should shine the moonstone on the other magic paper.
Ooh, magic paper. Wrote in the super ink.
Not gonna be able to read it though.
What kind of sorcery is this?
The traitor has been buried. Let's say buried. And our secrets with him. VJ.
VJ or BJ?
V.
VJ.
The traitor has been buried and our secrets with him. Jean Valjean. That's so sweet. Anybody else want to try?
I feel like we should.
Should we show it?
Should we show it? Oh wait, you're gonna
I
have
don't think
to.
that's gonna.
It's gonna be backward. Oh.
Oh, you can sort of. You can tell there's
the
something
effect.
there.
There.
Well, this is fantastic and confusing. And
Does that?
Anyone
But that was
know
on the
someone
people.
by the name
Did
of
they
It's fun.
Did they assume that Archer was the shopkeeper that was buried? Because they assumed they
It's
would.
down in the
It was on the
side.
people who assumed he would be dead. But you managed to save him.
No.
It
This
wasn't.
was in the cloak that was the giant we found with the giants. I know, confusing. Two
Very
cloaks.
confusing.
the two cloaks.
Different one.
Where did we find that one?
It was in the giant pile of crap.
Yeah, not helpful at all.
Yeah, it was a different one. So same group, but
Well,
yeah,
so-
sure. I'll keep the moonstone. You keep the map,
Okay.
so that they're separate.
I think that they should be separate.
Should I hold
So
on
you
to
have
the
super
other
magic.
magic paper
It's fun.
to keep them all separate?
You want to have him hold
So
on
essentially
to that
that's
paper?
what
fine.
will be on the back of the other map that I would finish drawing.
Nice.
Ah.
So movie schematics.
Sweet.
So what all did this say? Did anyone
The traitor has been buried in
our secrets with him?
BJ.
Just VJ?
Mhm.
B or V?
B.
As in Victor.
As in Valjean.
As in,
Victor.
He was not gonna really tell us.
all right,
Oh, wait.
and so we will
Oh.
end there for this evening. I know it's a little bit earlier, but as you guys finish up your rest, you wake up the following morning to continue on your journey. But yeah, but no. So,
I forgot.
No.
but
we
thank
fight?
you guys so
I
much
like
for
this,
watching. Thanks
though.
for anybody that commented, and but yeah. We will. When are we playing again? Next Wednesday. We will be joined, hopefully, by Skype with Emily. So, but yeah, we'll see you guys then. And thanks for watching. Toodles.
Bye.